entirely want to do my own thing, and I love doing my own thing. I love being my own boss, and frankly, I love the stress that comes with it. As much as I have gone through times where I wish that I had a normal boss, like, stress motivates me. It's part of the reason, like, my dad, he used to ask me all the time to, like, get my GED, right? Like, even when I was making a lot of money in my business, he's like, get your GED, get your GED, get your GED, right? And the reason that I purposely chose not to do that was because it's genuinely a motivating factor for me to not have a plan B.
There you go. They say don't have a plan B, have a plan, only plan A, because if you have plan B means that you don't believe in your plan A.
100%.
We have the man, the myth, the legend. This individual has his own media company. He's crushing it with production, strategy, filming, editing. He did not pay me to say that.
I'm just working harder and working more, I guess, and focusing on myself and, like, doing things for a purpose that is bigger for me. So maybe it's, like, more motivating or something like that and inspired. But yeah, like, it's just one of those things where I just genuinely feel like I'm at such a new spot in my life.
Today, we'll explore the powerful journey of Jacob Lichtman. He faced significant challenges, including ADHD, a difficult relationship with his dad, and the emotional aftermath of a divorce. Yet through resilience and determination, Jacob is transforming his life by doubling his business revenue and manifesting a sense of balance and fulfillment towards achieving homeostasis. Join us as we uncover his path from struggle to success.
A lot of the times, the worst things are the best things that ever happened to me because I grow as a person, right? And, you know, sometimes in the moment, it can be hard to realize that. But I always realize it in the end. So I don't, like, sit back and I'm like, oh my God, I wasted 4 years of my life. Like, I don't feel that way at all.
All right, we're ready. Welcome to a new episode of the Liftoff. This is actually episode number 1 with audio and video, and we have a story for you, ladies and fucking gentlemen. Dude, we're gonna get into that here in 1 second, but I just want to say thank you all for tuning in. Let's set the tone really quick, okay? So we're in the Real Estate First Technology studio. We're changing the logo. It's in the works currently right now. The house is a disarray. We have freaking just painting and all types of just stuff happening out there. And we had a podcast guest that we're supposed to come on. And so we want to highlight the person who's behind the scenes, the producer, the person who's like over here doing his thing and making sure that we do all the switch changes. Kind of like, there he is. Oh, wait. That was just
Sneak peek.
Little sneak peek, bro. Little sneak peek. So what the fuck is a Liftoff Experience podcast? Well, first off, anything goes, okay?
Fuck it.
Shit,
fuck, bitch.
Second off, when did you have liftoff personally, professionally, and spiritually? And then let's just see if we can have liftoff actually during the show. Let's go. All right, so who do we have on the show? We have the man, the myth, the legend. This individual has he has his own, there he is. He has his own media company. He's crushing it with production, strategy, filming, editing. He did not pay me to say that. And and tell him, dude, so what's your company name, bro?
Professional Media Method.
Professional Media Method. The cool thing about this gentleman here, he showed up, the guest didn't show up, and not only did he show up when the guest didn't show up, and now I'm doing all the production over here, right? Laptop, boop, boop, boop. And also over here, come on, man. I'm doing 3 things at once, baby.
Handling it all.
Doing it all, bro. So he's behind the scenes over here with the video. I'm in the front end over here with the audio because I like to do some of these buttons. It's kind of fun. But yeah, our guest didn't show up. So I said, let's pivot. He was on Real Estate First Technology. You were on Real Estate First Technology, and the fucking computer literally,
that was probably like 7 months ago, right?
Yeah, like half the episode died, bro. Remember that?
Yeah,
dude, it ridiculous.
We came a long way since then.
Yeah, so he straight up said, Norm, Mr. Liftoff, you gotta change this first off. You see this here? See this here?
Nice audio mixer, test cam.
Yeah, nice mixer audio. We're dialed in, so you all get a great listening experience. And now we're on OBS, yeah. And so
I
we're
like how you say Obis though. You say that to every single person that comes on the show, and it's so awesome. I haven't said anything about it because it's funny.
hey, diagnosed with a learning disability, tubes put in my ears, colitis for my whole life, and I was gonna take medication. Let's go deep here, huh? And then I'm what do they say?
Certified retarded? No, I'm just kidding.
Fucking dyslexic.
Dyslexic. You're definitely dyslexic.
Definitely.
100%.
So we had a guy who was supposed to be on the show, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Where the hell is he?
Gone, ghosted. No answer. Didn't answer the calls. Nothing. We sat here for 20 minutes.
Didn't answer the call. Nothing. So we're gonna pivot and we're gonna have fucking some liftoff here, dude. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead. I want to set the tone for this guy. So I'm gonna talk, and they're gonna look at you as I'm talking about you, bro.
All right, I'm here for it.
So I met Jake because of Michael, who owns Optimize. Optimize was on Real Estate First Technology. Check out the podcast. It's pretty cool.
Michael's a great guy.
And so this gentleman and I connected, got him on the podcast. The podcast didn't freaking record the whole thing. We're recording now. And after that, we just vibed out, crushed it the whole nine. He has his media company that he's crushing. And then I started to mentor, I guess, a little bit to help him, I don't know, lift off. I don't know.
For sure.
And then in training, into trade, so bartering, right? We'll talk about that in today's episode. He was like, hey, I'll help you with the podcast. We'll do that. And then, and I said, hey, dude, I'm going to just be real with everyone who's listening and viewing right now. I said, hey, they're not all going to be clients. So
100%.
you can earn potential business. We can vibe out together. I know he'll show up. And then...
even if I got to be a couple minutes late, like I was today, which is fine because he was never going to show up at all, apparently.
Exactly. I wanted that sound like, wah, wah, wah.
I'll work on that. Oh, I thought you were breathing in the mic. That was weird.
That was straight up heartbeats.
Creepy.
Yeah. And so we're like, let's just fucking do this. So I'm going to give you some context. Anyone who's watching right now who's going through, say, a divorce, a change of where you're living, maybe being diagnosed with, what do they say?
Bipolar. All at 22 years old.
All at 22. And show him your new work, bro.
Owning a business.
Look at this guy. I'd seen him like 2 weeks later. He's fucking all tatted up, bro. This is your cousin, right?
Yeah, my cousin did this. She's awesome. I mean, a couple of them I did myself, but those are the really fucked up ones. So.
Oh, hey.
We don't talk about those ones. We'll get them worked on.
It's all love, dude. You know what?
I had fun doing it, so.
This right here, yeah, this is me. And then I did it on my couch.
And that's awesome.
It was a fucking jailhouse special. And had to get it redone.
That's badass, though, bro.
I'm right there with you, bro.
It's fun. I don't know.
I think it's happening out there. They can't hear it, but I hear some shit going on out there.
What does that mean? What do you mean by that? What's it?
I think they're spraying.
Oh, the paint.
I think they're.
Oh, is that what that?
Yeah, it's fucking squirrel. So, all right, personal, professional.
I was so confused.
I know, right? Squirrel. Personal, professional, and spiritual, man. Let's get into your story, bro. So, also, by the way, can they see it? So, you see this? You see? Let me see your toes, bro.
Yeah.
Let's go, bro. The painted
nails, gang.
Painted fucking toes, dude. We
got fucked up monkey feet, Norman and I. Basically.
Oh yeah, it's good, dude. It's good. All right, dude. So
we just start yapping?
Tell him, man. Who the fuck are you, bro? Like, who are you? Like, let's get a little bit into your life, dude. Like, yeah, the media company. Now you're divorced, bipolar. Shit happens.
Where are we starting? Like from the bottom, like.
Started from the bottom. Here we are. Now, I really want to go deep, bro. I want people to like really resonate with like your parents' fucking vibe, dude. Like, I know that if you feel comfortable, bro. I know, some of the medications you're taking.
I don't give a fuck.
Medications you're taking, everything, bro. Like, I'm just showing you because you're so attractive, bro. Where we at? Here we are. Here's me.
Appreciate it, bro. This is my bad side, so it is what it is.
Oh, dang it! All right.
Fuck it. Okay, so I mean, if you just want to give me time, I guess I could just start yapping about like my life, kind of.
We have 2 hours.
All right, let's fucking do this, I guess. Bro. So, God, good place to start is probably in school. So, this is probably fifth grade, fourth grade is my guess.
Okay.
I was prescribed Ritalin for ADHD. At this time, I was like extremely successful in school. I wasn't even in honors. I was like at a school specifically for like educationally gifted kids. Like,
Wow.
yeah, like I was like killing it. And they prescribed me Ritalin, and I have no recollection of this event.
Really?
But according to my parents, I had like a psychotic episode when I took it. So the nurse kind of gives it to you at school when you're that age, like your medication and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like hearing voices, seeing things, like a whole fucking mental breakdown that I ended up having to go to therapy for like little over a year is my guess, like weekly or bi-weekly.
You think it's a medication that did that?
Yeah, 100%. No doubt.
And
no doubt at all.
And you were doing fine.
I was doing amazing, more than fine. I was great. So yeah, don't give your kids ADHD medication. They don't need that shit. They're kids.
Amen to that, dude. I think that glitched.
Yeah, do me a favor, turn that down.
Holy shit, dude.
Drag that slider down. Okay. So yeah,
we have a button for that. I forgot.
Yeah. So yeah, that kind of like fucked me up or whatever. And I after that, I guess I just kind of like I felt like I was like a different person.
Did your parents say like, I think we fucked up?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, dude.
100%.
See, I didn't even know that. We didn't go fifth. We didn't go all the way back.
That's why we're going back.
You're getting exclusive here.
We got 2 hours to go back, so might as well.
Let's go.
So yeah, I stopped caring about school completely.
Okay.
I don't even, if you could fail elementary school, I would have.
Interesting.
I went to middle school, didn't give a fuck either, missed over 100 days of each year, 7th and 8th grade in middle school.
Wow.
And I would just like, make shit up when you're a kid, right? Oh, my stomach hurts. Oh, blah, 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 this, whatever, right? But I would just stay home and like play video games, like do nothing.
Yeah.
And then high school came around and like, because in middle school I didn't really have friends. So high school came around, I had friends. So I was going to school a little bit more. Freshman year, I went to a school called Hamilton High School. And this was forever ago.
And where are you living right now?
I'm living in Gilbert, Arizona, probably 20 minutes from here.
Shout out Gilbert.
Boom. And, things were going good freshman year of high school. I had friends that actually lived in the same apartment complex as me. They rode the bus that came and picked us up there. So life was pretty good, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I was still like horrible grades, like fucking up in school. I had another weird experience in school with drugs. Freshman year. I was like laced by some girl. She had like these like duos, these like breath mints. I don't know if you ever seen those icebreaker duos or whatever.
No.
And I like just like, I just wanted one, so she like offered me one. I was like, okay, sweet. Right? And I took it, and it was like the most ridiculous acid trip I've ever had. Like it was so much acid. Like I went out in the hallway because I was like so nauseous, and the entire hallway was like fully rotating. Like I'm like holding the wall, like just like ripping ass. Yeah, it was fucked.
So hold on, this whole time you're still on the medication they started you with when you had that?
No, I'm unmedicated.
Okay, so you're unmedicated now. You're fast forward. So it's interesting. I'm on the same page with you. I had no friends too in middle school. I had a cat and Legos. Hence Legos behind you. And not until high school is when I started to like break out and start to meet people and whatnot.
More social and stuff. Because you kind of like, I think, at least for me, like I kind of have like a little bit of like a baby face. Like I'm 22 years old now, but I didn't hit my growth spurt until I was like a senior in high school. So
interesting.
Well, I was never a senior when I was supposed to be a senior in high school. We'll get to that part. But yeah, I wasn't necessarily shorter. Like I've always been kind of like 5'11", 5'10", 6 foot. But up to that point, I guess I just like looked like a little kid, like in my face. Like I was like a tall little kid. So like I didn't have a lot of self-confidence or anything like that. And I was still fucking up in school. So I was like, okay, we got to do something about this, right? So I was like, okay, I want to try a new ADHD medication. Like, I think it really helped me out, right? Like, help me focus, stuff like that. So I got prescribed Adderall and I started taking that. And for sophomore year, I believe I completed freshman year at that school. And then for sophomore year, I was like, I'm going to go live with my dad. So my parents have been split since I can remember. I was probably like 2 or something when they split. That's my guess, 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to go live with my dad. My mom lived in Chandler at the time and my dad lived in North Phoenix. So that was like a 55-minute drive. And my mom was like, not happy, obviously, because she like raised me by herself pretty much and stuff like that. But I was like, my dad's strict and you know, maybe this will help me, like push me to better myself.
And so when did they split up, your parents?
I was probably 2 or 3.
Do you remember any of that?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Ever since I can remember, they've been split.
And whose idea was it for the medication at the beginning?
Me. To get prescribed Adderall or the Ritalin.
It was you?
The Ritalin?
Was that what like the very first medication you took?
I want to say it was my dad, not my mom.
Interesting.
Because my dad gets very like annoyed with me because of my ADHD.
So all right, so the viewers and listeners that don't understand, the ones that understand, they get it. Someone who's listening or watching YouTube, you could watch this, it's on YouTube. What is it like with that? Is it just like, it's like 3 seconds here, 3 seconds here, 3 seconds here? Like, what is it like for you before you took the medication compared to like after?
Well, the best way to describe, I guess, what ADHD is like, you ever been to a gym and they have like 4 or 5 TVs hanging like right next to each other with all these different channels on them?
Mm-hmm.
That's like how my brain is all the time, like when I'm unmedicated. So like, and I can't just pick one to watch.
Okay.
It's like constant information is like flowing in my brain, and it's like hard, like very difficult for me to just like pick a channel and watch it and not like notice or pay attention to the other ones, right?
Interesting.
So, but when I take the medication, it's like just one channel.
Really? So it really makes a difference.
Yeah, I think ADHD kind of makes it very difficult to like live in the moment, right? And I'm somebody who's very like spiritual and like, but I'm also at the same time like pro medication when it's necessary and when it's not overdone and when it's, taken responsibly and managed. And yeah, I mean, without it, dude, I think I'd be a mess right now.
Wow.
It's the only thing kind of keeping my business together, to be honest.
Well, you lasted for a while, right? With not being on it until now, like the acid trip.
Yeah. Yeah. So I go, so I have that experience. I tell my mom to go with my dad, and my dad, like, he's never raised a kid. Like my mom basically single parent raised us because when I was 11, I like decided that I wasn't going to go visit him anymore because I just, wasn't enjoying my experiences there.
We talked about that on the trip to Las Vegas. Shout out Neil Ford event. That's on the Liftoff Agent side. There's a whole vlog on that. Thanks to this guy with his
trip was so fun, dude.
Skills, dude.
That was a good time. We got to do that again.
That was that Mike Tyson fucking weed, dude.
Dude. Oh my god.
I was knocked out, bro. But like,
no, me too. And we wanted milkshakes so bad. We're in the hotel room. Norman's like, I want a milkshake, and I was like, holy fuck, that sounds so good. And we probably spent 45 minutes trying to figure out how to get a milkshake to our room. No fucking room service, or you had to get it on Grubhub or something ridiculous.
Dude.
It wouldn't work. We couldn't figure it out. And then by the time we were gonna go get a milkshake, I was like, breaking up with this girl I was dating.
Oh my god, I remember
over the phone.
Well, I told the guy, I said, hey, dude, like, you're just going through a divorce. You should probably focus on, where you're at, your situation, get yourself on track.
Don't need a rebound kind of thing.
Exactly. Well, maybe go have some fun, but then, getting
boundaries.
Deep. Exactly. You really want to get deep? I mean, come on.
No, not after that, right? And we'll get to the divorce thing. I know it sounds kind of crazy because I'm like 22 and stuff, but it only
he's been around the block.
I know. I'm for the streets, as they say.
Okay, so parents broke up, 2-3 years old. Okay, started with first doing, it was Adderall, right?
Yeah, Ritalin was the one that fucked me up.
Ritalin. And then you acid trip and all that. And then, so let's talk a little bit about the parents, because I think that a lot of people out there can vibe out with like, man, we've all have a story about our mom or dad and different things that happen. And some have great stories and their parents are together. It's all good. And some people don't have the best. And I think for you and I, we don't have the best stories, nor father figures in either of our lives.
100%.
And now we need to lead by example for that. I have a 5-year-old, so it should be 6 to turn 15th. Happy birthday, Jay.
Is it her birthday?
Next month, bro.
Is she at school?
You gonna come to the birthday party?
Mm-hmm. Is she at school?
She's not at school right now because we had to get her passport today because we're going to the Philippines first 2 weeks of October for Team Liftoff Agent.
That's right, dude. Let's go. Okay.
Yeah.
Back to it.
We
are just gonna keep talking about
the parents.
Yep. So I go live with my dad, and he like made me sign a contract. Like he like came to my mom's house, and he like had this whole contract that he fucking wrote up, and like it was huge, and it was like, what? You need to wake up at 4 a.m. every day. You need to do like 40 push-ups. I need to watch you take your medication. I need to Like, no, it was like this whole fucking process I had to go through, bro. Yeah, like, and I agreed to it because I was like, I want to make a difference in my life, and I think that living a stricter lifestyle might help me right now, right?
Yeah.
It didn't. I was wrong.
Shit.
Because I think like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink, right? So like I wasn't in a place where I was ready to grow.
Yeah.
You know, I was a sophomore in high school. I was smoking weed. I was taking acid and mushrooms and fuck whatever you do in high school, right? So I ended up living with my dad for a year, almost, probably a little bit less. And the first, I want to say 5 months of that, I would say was the most impactful, one of the top 3 most impactful experiences of my life, because since he didn't really know how to raise a kid or what that meant or what it entailed, he was a bodybuilder. So he was making me take my medication, and he was never home. I was okay. So at first I was going to an in-person school. And it just wasn't working.
Yeah.
And that was just like 3 months. That's what I guess. And then I said I want to do online school. So he said, okay, we got me an online school. And this whole time, like, he doesn't really have food in the house because he's a bodybuilder. He has like bison meat and like, you know, high carb tortillas and like that's it. Like he doesn't have like snacks, like shit like you want when you're like, you know, a high school kid who's smoking weed. Like you just want like some goldfish or something.
Come on, Dad.
Or like a peanut butter jelly. Didn't even have like ingredients for that.
Oh my
like,
God.
Fridge empty, everything empty, right? But I didn't want to like say anything because of like his nature, like the way he presented himself was like a hard ass, right? So I didn't want to push him on it. So I was like, whatever, I'll be fine. I'm on Adderall. It's an appetite suppressant anyway. And by the time I moved out of there, I was 98 pounds, 97 pounds, 6 feet tall, 16 years old. Yep. Almost 17 at that point, I think. And yeah, so it got to a point where, you know, I'm doing online school. He's never home. He'd come home. I'd be like, oh, nice to see you, Dad. He every time he'd go, he'd have a list of chores. Like, and I was like cleaning the whole house for him every day. That was like part of my day. And yeah, I'd come home, I'd be excited to see him. I'd go to hug him and be like, no, you know, push me to the side, go to his room, whatever. Yeah. So anyway, it got to a point one day and I was like, fuck it. Like, I can't deal with this anymore, right? So I just brought him in my room. I was like, we need to talk. And I was like, I'm going to be honest, and I'm just going to be like, I'm just going to use, you know, words you're probably not going to like, and I'm just going to be super fucking real with you. I was like, you're a piece of shit father. And you don't have food for me to eat. And you're not there for me. And I basically live on my own. Yeah. And I don't know what you think is going on. Like, I don't know how you look at me, you know, 100 pounds or whatever, like 6 feet tall, and think that this is fine. Haven't even talked about that once to me. Still making me take the Adderall, which is like making me skinny. And as a result of that, I would say form of some type of neglect, I became addicted to Adderall. So I started taking it irregularly. So I would take more than I was prescribed just to get high. And I'd stay up all night on it, and I'd, you know, just playing video games. I'm not like doing schoolwork or anything like that.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, so I had this conversation with him. He got really mad. He like whipped me with a towel. He like freaked out. He like slammed the door, you know, and he had this whole fucking breakdown or whatever. But then after that, he did begin to change. It's like he took me to the store for the first time, you know, 5 months after I've lived with him, or 4 months.
Wow.
And like let me pick shit out.
Yeah.
And like, you know, like he would spend time with me. Like we'd like watch Friends together in the living room, and like it was kind of healing. Those last, like, 4 or 3 months.
Bro, yeah, we're having Liftoff right here, dude.
100%.
Fuck yeah.
It was a huge healing experience, and I learned a lot from that. Like that's one of the reasons me and my brother are like so like, we're very similar in age. He's only a year younger than me, and we're like pretty much polar opposites in every way. Okay. And I credit it to that experience pretty much. Otherwise, we would have just lived basically the exact same life. Yeah. So, yeah. So I move out of there, whatever. I moved back in with my mom, and things are good. Like I'm really happy to be moving back with my mom. I start dating this chick. You know, this was before I dated this chick. She cheated on me. It happens to fucking every like 15-year-old or whatever.
So this is not the one you got married to then, obviously.
Okay. No. Living with my mom. Things are going great. My mom's an amazing woman. Seriously, like an angel. And I meet my friend Andrew. I'm trying to remember exactly how I met him. Maybe through like through a friend of a friend. And then him and I just became like best friends really quickly. And every single night, like I was like, oh, I came back, and like 2 months after being back, I basically went to no school at all.
Hmm.
And I told my mom, I was like, I'm just not going to go to school anymore. I was like, I'm
Wow.
going to drop out, and there's nothing you can do about it realistically, you know, like I'm just not going to go. So
Wow.
you might as well just call them and tell them I'm dropping out, because
And then how was that conversation coming from her?
horrible. Oh my God. My parents were freaking the fuck out. Like, obviously, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because also I didn't have any like plans for my future. Like, I had no idea what I was going to do at that point. I was video editing as a hobby. Had been doing that since I was 15. So that was in the back of my head, but I never really thought about it as a job. Like, it was always just for fun. Like, it was just something I would just like smoke weed and just like do and stay up all night and like, you know, like get in my little creative zone and like get in the flow state, whatever, and do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I told her, she freaked out, whatever. And yeah, so I did it, and I kind of just did nothing for a while. So I would hang out with my best friend at the time. His name was Andrew, and we would just like take acid like 3 times a week, I want to say.
Wow.
So, and it was really just for fun, but him and I had an experience on it. We were at his house, and you know, his parents were sleeping downstairs, whatever. We both take it, and we were having a conversation, and then neither of us were talking, but we were still speaking to each other, like what felt like telepathically.
Yeah.
Like entirely telepathically, like
Wow.
no words. And we both started freaking the fuck out. And we're like, okay, let's go outside. Let's get a breath of fresh air, whatever, right? So we go downstairs. His mom's like sleeping on the couch or something, 'cause his dad like snores. So we like walk by her, right? Go out the back door, like, and outside it was like as bright as day almost in the middle of the night.
Wow.
And the moon was like, it wasn't even a circle. It was like a diamond, like some like beautiful shape or whatever. And it was just like, it was a super eye-opening experience for me, because we just like laid outside in the grass and talked for like 2 hours. And it made me realize that, you know, maybe these drugs aren't just for getting high. Like maybe there's like, you know, something going on there, right?
Yeah.
So I started to like research it and stuff like that. And like, you know, I was watching YouTube videos on it because I was curious about that side of things, because that was the first time I ever had an experience that was like, that I felt like affected my life permanently. And then I started taking it outside of him by myself, but like with intention, right? So I would be like, I can't get over my ex, as an example.
Yeah.
And I would like sit there and I would think about it, and I would cry about it, and I'd be tripping all night, and I'd be in my room by myself, and like I'd come out of it the next day like over it. Or, like, have fully made it through the problem. And it's kind of hard to explain unless you've been through that experience, but it doesn't like cure you magically. It just gives you the tools to dig deep into yourself. And like everybody knows in life, when you have these moments that like kind of like click, right? Like,
Yep.
and it really hits you, and you actually make the change, but you could have heard the same thing 1,000 times before.
Yeah.
But when you're on acid, for whatever reason, and at least in my experience, I don't recommend taking drugs to anybody at all. But it allowed things to click like magic, like for myself, like instantly, like things I've heard 1,000 times, right? Like I would just think about it and get to the bottom of it, and like it would hit me on like such an extremely profound level. And so yeah, I kept experimenting with that for a while, and then I kind of realized, like, you know, me and my mom, we got a new place. We were living in an apartment at the time. We got a house.
Nice.
Out here in Gilbert, and met some friends. Don't exactly remember how. My best friend, who I'm currently living with, Tim, all of his friends and stuff like that, he just like invited me to hang out with them, and we would just hang out and kind of do nothing again until I was like 17 and a half. No, I was probably 18. I probably just turned 18, and I was like, oh, like they pay people to video edit.
Yeah, that's a thing, you know, you can get paid.
Yeah. Like I was like 18 or about to turn 18, and I was like, I need a job. I need to like get my shit together, right? And I was like, oh, they pay people to do this? And like, I know exactly how to do this. Like I've never done it in a professional setting, but I guarantee I could if I was asked to, because like I know the tool, right?
Yeah.
So I applied to over 350 jobs in Indeed, I want to say, maybe more.
Wow.
And nobody got back to me. Like this was like over like 3 months, I want to say. And like every day is all I would do. Like I would literally sit there like 5, 6, 7 hours a day, like applying, refreshing, looking for the new postings.
Yeah, interesting. So just to rewind a little bit for the viewers and listeners, and also I'm curious too. So you said you're going to stop going to school. So then you sat around, didn't do anything for a while. Did you ever go back, get your GED or anything?
I have no educational credit at all.
Which, I mean,
I have no plan B.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you don't really have to have that, right? There's a lot of successful people that don't have their degrees and credentials, which is great. And it's interesting. You applied and no one would give you the opportunity and saw the potential in you. So you said, I'm going to make my own fucking opportunity.
100%. Well, here's what happened. So I actually ended up getting a job like that way.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. So
someone replied?
17. I remember now. Yeah, I was 17. So I got 3 interviews total.
Oh, wow.
And I was like super pumped, but I just knew like if I just kept applying, like I'll at least get an interview or somebody will be curious. And then if they like me, maybe they'll give me a chance. That was like my main like thing. And I just said, if I just apply enough, I don't care if it takes 2 years.
Yeah.
Like if I apply to 1 million jobs, like someone's bound to give me a job.
Yeah.
Like, and I just need to start building my work credit. So, I got a job working from home for a news company in LA. The guy on the Zoom call, he just really liked me. And he's like, share your screen. And if you edit this video, like exactly how I need and do exactly what I need, I'll just give you the job.
Perfect.
Like, fuck it. Like, he's like, you seem like a cool guy. I like you. We'll work well together.
Have a liftoff, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So I just, I just went and, shared my screen, killed it because I knew what I was doing. And then he gave me the job. I was making $20 an hour, I want to say $22, $23 an hour working from home when I was not even 18, I think late 17. And for a news company in LA. And I was just like, working out here for them. And I used that job to leverage working for a local media company. Shout out Dylan Burns.
Shout out.
He owns a media company called Know How Media. And he gave me every opportunity I have now, basically. He taught me everything I know about videography. He improved my skills. He taught me podcast setups. Everything. Like, I credit all of it to Dylan for the most part.
So entrepreneurs, having mentors is a good idea you would recommend.
It's huge. It's unbelievable. Like, I can't recommend anything more than like find somebody that like cares about you, likes you. Like Norman's my mentor, but he's also like my friend. Like I could call Norman anytime and like we'll talk about whatever. Like we sit here and chat like this, like when the cameras are off, like probably even deeper somehow.
I know, definitely. Like on the drive and shit and like the book you're recommending.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for sure.
100%. So yeah, get a mentor, whatever. But he taught me everything I knew. And then I always had this entrepreneurial drive. And at the time, this is right before I got that job. Oh, you know what? I was dating. Let's see. I got that news media company job and then no. Okay. Hold on. I'm getting timeline mixed up. 18 years old. Got that job. Started dating my ex, who I am currently in the process of going through a divorce from. When I was 18, and we were together 4 years.
How did you meet her?
I met her at a concert. I met her at an underground rap concert. She knew some of my friends that I went with, and then I got her information, and then I texted her, and then the rest was history. And her and I had, frankly, a good relationship for the most part, I think. Honestly.
Okay.
Like, I'd say the first couple years were really good. We moved in with each other right away.
Wow.
Like, right away, we were living at my mom's house. And then...
Got a pretty cool mom, huh?
Oh, yeah. My mom's fucking awesome, dude. And then we were like, yeah, we want to get our own place, obviously, right? So we got our money together. We got our own apartment. And we lived there for around 3 years. Maybe
nice.
Like
That's
2
awesome.
3/4, yeah. And things were good, I think, and then we move out and things were fine. In the moment, it felt fine, but I think in retrospect, it really wasn't.
Would you say you just kind of were like caught up in the moment? Because I know when you first start dating and you're just like, it's like honeymoon. You're just like, I mean, let's be real. You're fucking all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to concerts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're doing acid, whatever you're doing, right? And you're just like in the moment, bro.
It's just fun.
Were you having so much fun that you were kind of sidetracked from the reality of like, hold on, is this really good for me?
Well, we were 18 and neither of us had jobs when we first started dating. So it wasn't like I
Okay.
was like thinking about that kind of stuff. I was like, I don't have a job either. Fuck it. It's not that big of a deal, right? And we get jobs. She's like working 3 days a week, which I was fine with. She struggles with like mental health issues and stuff like that, and I tried my best to respect that. So I was like, okay, that's fine. And the working 3 days a week thing went on all the way until I broke up with her. So while we were living together and stuff like that, she was only working 3 days a week.
Yeah.
Which at one point was fine because the first year second year we were living there, I was making a lot of money.
Okay.
So finances weren't an issue. We were doing just fine there.
Yeah.
I was at a point where I was even like, maybe you could just stop working and just take care of the house, right? But in that working 3 days a week, I would try and talk to her about how that was an issue for me.
Yeah. Like you want her to like contribute more to the house and like
Right.
that type of thing?
Right. And like she would do stuff around the house, don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But it wasn't like what I would expect out of somebody working 3 days a week. And her justification for that was that I didn't have a real job because I worked from home and I own my own business. And she had codependent tendencies, in my opinion.
Okay.
And when she was home, like on days she was off,
Yeah.
I would slack on my work to spend time with her.
Yeah.
And
that's
I'm not putting that all on her.
Oh yeah.
I mean, ultimately, I did make that decision. But financially, it put me behind. In my business, it put me behind. In my reputation, it put me behind.
Yeah.
In my work, it put me behind. So yeah, you learn a lot there. But a good example of, I think, the codependency that went on in that relationship, and this is no like shade to her or anything like that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, we're all going through our own shit. Her and I just weren't meant for each other, and that's okay. And I'm sure there are people out there that she's meant for, and vice versa. And that's
Amen.
great. And I hope for the best, seriously. But
Yeah.
a good example of the codependency that existed in the relationship was, it was my brother's 21st birthday, and we went to a casino, and you know, my whole family's there. We're getting drunk, we're eating dinner, and we just kind of finished up eating. And like, you know, I was under the impression that we're gonna like get fucked up, stay up all night, gamble. It's his 21st birthday, whatever. Right? Yeah, exactly. And she kind of like taps me on the shoulder and she's like, I want to go home. And I said, you know, essentially like, that's fine. You can take the car.
Oh,
you know,
there you go. Just be keeping it real.
Yeah. Or like, because I don't want to. That's what he would have told us. Like, I don't want to go home. It's my brother's 21st birthday. There's only one of these.
Exactly.
You know, I was like, or my mom will take you. You know, my mom even offered to take her because she kind of hurt or whatever.
Okay.
And then this whole like emotional episode began about how I wouldn't leave with her, essentially.
Yeah.
She didn't want to go home by herself. She wanted me to come with. Like, yeah. So, I mean, in 3 years of being in a relationship with her, I didn't go out to dinner with like just my brothers and my dad once. Like the first time I did that was like 3 weeks ago.
Interesting.
In like 4 years since I was 18.
We never even talked about this before.
No, yeah. So there was like huge codependency issues in the relationship, and then also like a respect thing, right? So something I learned kind of after the fact in the aftermath was like being assertive, right? So the kind of person I want to be is not somebody who's like passive or whatever. And then when I was 18, I was passive.
Okay.
And I wasn't assertive in my wants and my needs because I didn't really know what they were, and I never thought about it. And so I kind of let some things slide in the beginning of our relationship that I should have been more like, hey, like I'm not going to have this. I need this, this, and this, but I didn't know, right? Like, I just, you know, 18, you really don't know what you want. And so I'm writing out this relationship. I am being generally disrespected because I didn't put up boundaries and like demand respect.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So she subconsciously, I'm sure, must have felt like she didn't need to respect me.
And I mean, it's different too. Like one thing that, you know, I'm married, for everyone who's listening and viewing, got married in 2019, and I went older, and Melissa knew exactly what she wanted, and I always went younger. They didn't know what they want, and so we're going older, and she was like this, and this, and I was like, I looked at it as a challenge, and we had massive respect for each other, and so it makes a huge difference. And also, I just want to mention, if you work at home and you start your own business, that's still work. I work from home. That's how I run Liftoff Agent, my team's in the Philippines. And it's interesting, the psychology, how people don't grasp the fact that like that can still be work, because people feel like they have to get in a car and they have to commute and they have to go to this fucking
and they have
job.
to, like, hurt their back and do all this. And the other thing too is like I was owning a business. Like I wasn't just working from home. Like like and unless you've done that or been there, you don't understand how actually genuinely stressful it is. Like every day, like phone calls and unexpected bullshit left and right. And,
oh my God.
And like the most stress you can ever imagine. Like I think all the time, I actually wish I had a boss. That's part of the reason I like having a mentor, because Norman and I will call and I'll be like, all right, Jake, here's what you need to do. This, do this. I'm like, okay, great. Right.
Still working on that.
Yeah. Right. We are. I don't have anybody to tell me what to do every day. I don't get to clock in or clock out. I don't get to like lay down and be like, like, I'm clocked out.
Which is fine. Some people need that. If you want that, then help.
Go get it. There's nothing wrong with that.
There's a lot of rich people out there that help other people grow businesses. Like look at Facebook. How many people on the top that started with Mark Zuckerberg are multi-millionaires for helping run someone else's company?
100%.
So you don't technically need to, go through the process and just, basically work for yourself. But do you feel, because being with her, right, and if you don't have the right partner out there, that could really be detrimental to your growth and success, because you need to have a good partner that supports you thick and thin no matter what.
100%.
Now that you're single and you're going through these changes and you have your company, do you find yourself feeling like it's a challenge and you want to grow your company and get to that level of success with it? Or do you feel like maybe, I don't know, you might help someone else run or, grow their company and go a different direction?
No, I entirely want to do my own thing, and I love doing my own thing. I love being my own boss. And frankly, I love the stress that comes with it. As much as I have gone through times where I wish that I had a normal boss, like stress motivates me. That's part of the reason, like my dad, he used to ask me all the time to like get my GED, right? Like even when I was making a lot of money in my business, he's like, get your GED, get your GED, get your GED, right? And the reason that I purposely chose not to do that was because it's genuinely a motivating factor for me to not have a plan B.
There you go. They say don't have a plan B, have a plan, only plan A. Because if you have plan B means that you don't believe in your plan A.
100%.
Right.
And I know what I'm doing is going to be more than successful and more than it is, and it's going to keep growing. And I'm going to continue to help people like grow like their content production services and serve their audiences and their businesses. And
that's Liftoff, bro.
100%.
That's a Liftoff moment right there, because he just said specifically what he wants and what he's manifesting and told all of you. So it has to happen now.
No, it's gonna happen. I'm not even worried about it. That's why I don't have a plan B. So
let's go, bro.
I do everything in my life, and I make decisions with the utmost confidence. Like breaking up with my wife.
How did you do that? Tell him.
Well, I was a bit nervous about how she might react. I had never gone through a relationship. I never lived with someone, so I woke up this day and my therapist, I had a meeting with him that morning. He says, write down the pros and cons of your relationship on like a T chart type of thing, right? So I fucking, get a piece of paper, get a pencil. I start writing it down, and I start writing down the good stuff. And there's like, 10 things.
Yeah.
And they're good things also. And then I start writing down the bad things, and like I hit like 20, 21, 22. And like at 26, I just stopped. I started crying. I was like, cause it really hit me there. I was like, dude, I know what I have to do right now. And it fucking sucks. Cause we have pets together and we've lived in the same place for 3 years. And like, so first thing I did was like called her mom. Cause, I think that's like a respectful thing to do, because she's obviously gonna have to go live with her, and they live in Flagstaff, right? Which is like, 2 hours or so away from here.
Yeah. Very admirable of you, man.
Yeah. So that's the very, very, very first thing I did was I called her, and then I said, hey, like I'm going to break up with today. And, hey editor, can you bleep out her name? Thank you. Like I'm gonna break up with her today. And she was honestly very understanding and respectful of my decision.
Wow.
And appreciated me calling her and telling her. And, I love her family and I respect them a ton.
Yeah.
I still respect her also. But yeah, her family, they're very meaningful and important people to me, right? And were. So
yeah,
I took that leap. I called her, I told her this, and the whole day I'm freaking out, right? That's all I can think about all day. She's at work. I just taken her to work. I came back, I did my therapy, I did that thing, and now I'm just freaking out home alone, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, I'm stressing, I'm like thinking of what to do. I call, all my friends and stuff, and I call my best friend, and he's like, yeah, like you can come live with me and my girlfriend. Like we have like, that like extra room. It's like my office, but you can just set up your desk in there and like we'll get an air mattress, we'll throw it in there and like we'll call it good, right? So that's where I've been living for the last like 3 months or 2 months since this all went down. And so
how'd you do it?
Oh yeah. So I'm like, okay, so I call my dad and he's gone through 2 divorces and been through a bunch of serious.
Are you following his roadmap, bro?
Well, I took his advice in this one aspect because I literally called him and I was like, dude, you're the last person I want advice on this for. But
oh my god.
But like, how do I like move out? What the fuck do I do now, right? Like I know I'm gonna break up with her. Like I know I'm gonna talk to her. I wrote down everything I wanted to say to her in my notes on my phone. In fact, you can it's still in there and you could read word for word if you want exactly what I said to her in the car after I picked her up from work and we parked in front of my apartment.
Oh my god.
He tells me, he says, just get the valuable stuff out of there. Just honestly move everything you need to your friend's house today before you go break up with her. So you don't have to stay the night there or go there until she moves out herself, right? And I didn't want to don't want to do the breakup sex thing or any of that. Like I broke up with you and I want to cut ties, and because I know how I am, right? Like if I broke up with her and then I go up there and then we get into it and then maybe I'll start rethinking my fucking decision.
Been there.
Right, exactly. And I was like, I don't fucking want to be there. So I didn't let that happen. I never, after I broke up with her, she went upstairs and I just drove straight to my friend's house. All my stuff was already there. Wow. And that was it.
Liftoff, we got liftoff moment, and I just want to say, like, it's a real deal thing, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're with someone out there, and like some of you might be going through this, some of you are young and have like a whole life ahead of you, and this hasn't happened yet. Like when you get in fights, and then you have the makeup sex, and then that turns into a fucking cycle, bro.
100%. And I don't want to be like, I've never experienced that firsthand, but I understand how it works. And like, I don't want to be a part of that. I'm like, I want us to talk about our problems and deal with them. And like, again, like back to the assertiveness thing, like the kind of person I am after that, like that was the hardest thing I've ever done was breaking up with her.
I can imagine.
By and large, right? It cost me and my family, $8,000 to break the lease. We just signed a new one.
Wow.
No, and I'm like just still slowly like rebuilding my life. Gonna get a place in October, all this stuff. But
let's go.
It's not magic. Like I hit my whole life with a wrecking ball, and like I chose to do it. Like, and I had to sit there to her face and tell her, I'm gonna hit your whole life with a wrecking ball too right now. Hardest thing I've ever done by far. But I'm thankful for the experience though, because what it taught me is like how to be assertive, like how to get what I want. Like I know what I don't want to be like in a relationship, and I know what I don't want out of a partner. So when I get into a relationship now, it's very easy for me to just say, don't do that. Or, that behavior for me is like unacceptable.
Yeah.
And hurts me for this and that reason. And if it happens again or if it continues, then this isn't going to work out, and that's fine. Right. So things like that it taught me, but yeah, ultimately it was a good thing. But yeah, the craziest thing I ever done, and then that's it. Now we're here fucking doing a podcast, whatever. I'm going through a divorce. I got fucking bipolar and shit now after that, and whatever else. I don't really sleep that much anymore.
Hey dude, like that's awesome. No, I mean,
it's great. It's one of the best things that's ever happened to me. I think the thing living with my dad and then this, like a lot of the times the worst things are the best things that ever happened to me, because I grow as a person, right? And sometimes in the moment it can be hard to realize that, but I always realize it in the end. So I don't like sit back and I'm like, oh my God, I wasted 4 years of my life. Like I don't feel that way at all.
Yeah.
Not one bit.
And I took a different path. For me, growing now Liftoff agent, before it was personal assistance and then evolved supporter rate, then Liftoff agent over time. I just told them straight up. I said, you know, and I think there's a big difference between like setting yourself up, you know, having your place, setting yourself up and having your own shit and then having her come into your life, which
100%.
then it's just like deuces piece, this is my shit. But you grew your stuff together.
Yeah, like I have, and I had nothing outside of her.
Yes.
So it's like 18 to 22 when you're supposed to be like, you know, making your money and doing all this shit. Like, I was like spending my money on her and like doing all this stuff. And like, you know, when like realistically, I probably should have been single and like living with my parents for as long as I could and like saving my money, which by the way, live with your parents for like as long as you fucking can, dude. That's like the best advice I could ever give you. Like save your money, like take advantage of it. Like if they let you and you can deal with it and you love them and you guys have a good relationship, like stay with them for as long as you can. Like there's nothing, you know, some people might judge you for that, but they're fucking broke.
Yeah. I was opposite, bro. Like I love that advice. Take that advice, run with it, especially a great relationship with your family. For me, dude, tumultuous relationship. My mom and her boyfriend were just like, and so I was like, I got the fuck out of here. And my mom, she loves to create codependency from her children, like needing her. Like my sister's still like 25 there. My brother is like 13 and he's like, I'm going to be out before her. And my other brother who is out, he got kicked out because he had fucking, he had like crack on him or some shit.
Oh shit.
And she's like, get the fuck out. Like,
how many siblings do you have, bro?
Yeah, I have a couple. I have a couple, but like different families, right? Like my dad has a daughter, and then like my mom has like has me, a son, a daughter, and another son. So my mom has 4, and then my dad has 1, and so yeah, like I just wanted to get out as soon as possible, and then mom gave me the guilt trip. She's just like, "No, I don't want you to leave," and kind of sad, my baby. And then I was just like, "I'm out." And for me, I actually moved in with my ex, and this is hilarious.
Whoa!
I moved in.
How old were you?
During this time, 2021.
And you moved in with your ex?
So I moved in. Well, no,
at the
time it was my girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah. But now ex. I'm talking past tense. So I moved in with my girlfriend, and I had it clutch, dude. Like I had this situation where for me, her mom was paying for a lot of the rent, and like I didn't really like love her like that. I lusted her, I guess.
Yeah.
And like I took advantage of that, and then next, it didn't work out. I learned a lot. It was very hard.
Well, I think when you're like that age, like, when I met my girlfriend 18 and then you met her, like you don't know what you want out of a partner, out of life. You don't even know what you want out of your own life. Like a lot of people think they know that I'm going to go to school, I'm going to be an anthropologist, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, whatever. Like, but what changed for me after the relationship was like sitting down and writing down like my morals and my values and the kind of person I want to be and what I want to get out of life and how I want to impact people. And like, you don't think about that.
Yeah.
Like, most people never.
Well, I'll be honest, bro. It was kind of money driven.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Because you were just saving some fucking cash living there because her mom was kind of hooking it up?
Yeah. It was kind of, I was not.
What's up, bro? I'm going to be honest.
I'm just going to be honest. I was not in line, bro.
You're 20, so.
I had a Dodge Charger RT. I thought I was so cool. Then I go and buy a freaking 750 Gixxer. And I'm thinking I'm so so cool, and then it's just like, yeah, you look at the writing on the wall, you're like, fuck, dude, like,
and
I
you,
don't really love her,
and then you like,
oh dude, I hurt her bad, and then I didn't go on a trip with her, and I was selling cars, and like they gave me the guilt trip at the dealership, and I didn't go, and then dude, she was talking to another dude the whole time. And ended up fucking coming back from her trip. We broke up, dude, and she ended up fucking marrying the dude in the whole 9, dude.
No. Are they together now? Do you know?
I think they're still together to this day, bro. Oh. Yeah. Crazy, dude. So I kept the apartment, dude, and got a roommate. I told you. I said, dude, keep the apartment. You're like, oh, I got too much invested and shit.
I'm not going to get a roommate.
Yeah.
I just refused to because what I did between 18 and 22 was like, throw away a major part of my life where I'm supposed to be focusing on growing as a person and as an individual. And I chose to dedicate that to somebody else. And like, I wasn't working for myself. I wasn't making money for myself. I wasn't because I didn't have any reason to do that. I didn't have any like, oh, I love myself for this reason, or I want to be this kind of. I didn't think about that at all. I was just like, I'm a man, make money, support family, wake up early, go to sleep early, get to work.
Dude, roommates are actually dicey. I've had multiple because they saw that I was at home, like working for myself. I would do like nightclub security and shit and parties and promotion, and then I'm trying to figure out how to grow a company. And I've had people quit their job being a roommate and then ended up not being able to pay their fucking rent anymore, and like had to kick them out and shit, dude.
Oh fuck.
So I went through a lot, bro, and I almost like literally like I went through the court system. People were banging on my door because they were literally trying to evict me.
Whoa.
And I paid like lawyer and attorney fees. But like, truth to be told, I have a roommate still to this day.
You do. the little room up there.
Yeah. And we don't need it. Now I'm just house hacking. And she's a decent woman and she does her own fucking thing. So it is what it is. And now I'm married.
I never ran into her and I come here all the fucking time.
Right?
Never once. I've never seen her.
Yeah. Well, this is a 6-bedroom house, 3,300 square foot.
Yeah,
so
it's big, a 2-story.
Yeah,
like,
so
all this shit, right?
she does. Yeah, so but at the end of the day, like, yeah, that's for a different conversation for house hacking and being able to have other people pay for your bills. And that's what I did when I started, so I could be able to run and start my own company.
Where you're at now, but like where I'm at, like I need to spend some time alone.
Yeah.
And like put all the weight of the responsibility of like having my own home and my own place, like and paying the bills entirely on my shoulders, so that I can really like. Because I say that I know what I want and I know the kind of person I want to be and stuff, but it's a different story. Like when I come home and if I have my own place, my house is dirty and like, or I'm struggling to pay the bills, like that'll like, I can't put any of that on anybody else. It's just going to be entirely on me. And I want that like really bad.
I like that.
Like I want to like face my demons in that way.
I like that. I like that. Well, I think that, that's a great idea. And that's definitely something that's going to help you evolve. And I think that right now we need to get Jake to homeostasis.
Oh, for sure, bro.
Why do you think right now?
My stasis is homo.
Okay. All right. I mean, it is what it is.
Bro, I don't know what I meant by that.
My tattoo right here, fucking, where's it at?
I didn't mean like homo, like gay. I just meant like, cause it kind of sounded like homeo.
Yeah.
That was an autism moment. My bad, bro.
I can really imagine the roast in the fucking comments. Well, it's funny. I have go big or go home. I was getting this tattoo done, and they're like, "Oh, go big or go homo." I'm like, "No."
Oh wait, let me see it. Let me see it.
It's home. It's home.
Okay, I see it.
But he was gonna put the fucking. Oh, I'm like, you better not.
That'd be fucked.
Yeah, that'd been fucked. Tattooed for life. But no, I think that to think about to yourself, like, how do we get Jake back to homeostasis to a point where you can then start to like get your sleep back, and
which feels impossible right now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. Like,
okay, what's the number one reason why you feel in your heart to heart that it's too harder now?
Maybe just because I have no reference point at all for what it's like to like, other than the last like 2 months, like run my business, do everything purely for my own self, like all this shit. I have no idea. Like I'm like, this is entirely new, right? Like I've been doing stuff for another person since I was 18. Like I might not have even gotten a job at first if it wasn't for her. Like she really pushed me at the beginning to like get my shit together.
Interesting.
So like it was all for another person.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of at this like weird point where like it's interesting because I have doubled my business since I broke up with her 2 months ago.
We have liftoff. Let's go. Come on.
At the same time, though, I don't exactly know how or why. Like, I'm just working harder and working more, I guess, and focusing on myself and like doing things for a purpose that is bigger for me. So maybe it's like more motivating or something like that and inspired. But yeah, like it's just one of those things where I just genuinely feel like I'm at such a new spot in my life.
Yeah.
I think most people go through when they're like 18, 19. Or I mean, no, people finish college when they're my age, 22. So
yeah,
I guess a lot of people are going through what I'm going through probably right 100%, now.
Yeah.
Time, so
yeah. Well, I think
different circumstances.
Yeah, I think it's just a transition moment in your life, and then finding out like, like you talk about purpose from the perspective of things that you want to do for you. And then it's just like, well, like how do you have purpose maybe for other people to serve or support? And it's like it's a double-edged sword because you have to fucking be at a cool spot and like be at homeostasis and be at a fucking like ground level so you can start building the fucking skyscraper and get to the next level so you can have more success overall with 100%. Like where you're headed.
Well, it feels weird too because I'm at such a pivotal moment in my business, in my opinion. having doubled my business.
So let's just, for the viewers and listeners out there, what does that mean for you, doubling your business?
Financially?
How many clients you got? Financially, what does it look
Double
like?
the finances.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 2 times in 2 months.
Nice,
No,
bro.
it's ridiculous. Yeah. Which has been great. I'm not good with money. Like I'm not like sitting here with like a ton of money in my bank account or anything like that. Like,
Yeah.
frankly, I have like, $100 right now.
Yeah.
If we're just keeping it real.
Yeah, well, yeah, because at the end of the day, it's like if you tell yourself you're not bad, you're good at something, and you say you're bad, then you're gonna be bad. And if
I made a lot of money too. Like in my first year in business, I made over $150,000, and I spent all of it.
let's go.
I don't even fucking know what.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was talking to my roommate about this last night because he's like, Jake, you need to, I'll help you, but we need to like work on like how you're saving and budgeting and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I totally agree, bro. And so we're gonna start working on that together. But it made me realize like I really have made a fuckload of money and I just spent it on nothing and I have no idea what, and that money means nothing now. And like I could have spent it on like making more money or growing my business. Like
Yeah.
I actually wanted to hire my first employee at the time and she pressured me not to do it.
Wow.
She was extremely stressed out by the idea of me hiring somebody because then we're going to be making less money and we're going to be struggling. And, it's just things like that that make me feel like that's part of the reason I'm doing better on my own. But yeah, again, back to the thing, like,
Yeah.
it's weird in my head when I'm supposed to be focusing on my business, but I'm definitely more than my business supposed to be focusing on myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%. I think
not an easy balance.
it's a lot, man. And then, congratulations on the business first and foremost. I think that's
Thank you.
that you need the money so you can be able to like do shit, like go work out, like go take care of yourself, have a therapist, whatever the case may be.
Car, fucking gym membership, yeah.
But I feel like right now it's a time to like really just kind of regroup and try to be around good like-minded people, right? So that's why I always said, like, I got you, I'm here for you, if you need anything, just give me a call. Like,
I'm happy like I have you. I have my roommate, he's like my best friend since I was like 15 or something, and he's like the most down to earth person I've ever met in my entire life. Like he always knows the right thing to say. He's always like telling me the truth. Like, if like when I first broke up with my ex, I like slept with this random girl. I don't even remember her name, but he was like, Jake, you're such a fucking idiot. Like you don't want to spiritually connect yourself with people in that way. Like you don't want to just go do that kind of stuff. Like you want to like, what kind of person you want to be? And I thought about it, and he has these cards with like morals and values on them, and like
interesting.
We there's like 80 of them or 70, and we narrowed them down to like my top 10 most important values and morals, and like that action didn't align at all with the kind of person I wanted to be, and it also wasn't enjoyable in any way, shape, or form. But when I told him, like other friends I've had in the past would be like, oh, that's sick, bro. Like, oh yeah, bro, you fucking bitches, bro. You're fucking sick. Yeah, man. Now look at you go, bro.
Yeah.
But he's like, he's very real with me. He's like, Jake, what the fuck? Like when he was talking to me about my money yesterday, I asked him to pick up Tylenol for me on the way. He was at dinner with me. I was like, yo, can you pick up some fucking Tylenol or whatever? Yeah. And he's like sitting he comes and like sits in my room. I'm like doing the dishes. I go back in my room. He's sitting there and he's like, we need to talk. I was like, fuck, here we go, dude. And he fucking just lays it all on me about the money, about how I need to be more responsible about, and I appreciate it so much. Yeah. And like, being around people like that is like revolutionary.
Yeah. Oh, big time. And like we talk back and forth, and like, I gave you a very specific action plan as far as like, Monday through Friday and like Saturday being like your day, or definitely Sunday be your day, but Saturday could be a day for you to like film content or whatever else. And we talked about like, Monday, Wednesday, Friday,
You're recording on there, right?
Yeah, because this isn't recording, so I saw that, and I'm like, I
just saw that.
I know, I was like, we have no fucking audio over here,
wait,
but
can you say what you're saying again? Sorry.
Yeah, but it's good. Squirrel moment, but that's his producer mind fucking working. Oh, for sure. But no, I was just talking about how, remember we talked about Monday, Wednesday, Friday would be a good time for you to be able to like do the shit, like be the doer, work on the business, and then Tuesday, Thursday be the days where you do the sales, so you can bring on the business. 'Cause you had to work in and on the business.
I think I doubled my business in 2 months. It's
right?
Like doing that, like literally like committing 2 days out of the week to just like pursuing new business.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. And I think
nuts.
I think like the biggest thing is that's helped me, and I'm not huge. Okay, come on. I'm not like check him out. Fucking Ryan Strand. This guy's a fucking nut, dude. And he is crazy on his fucking schedule. This is like a real estate guy. He's in New York. He has fucking $1 million listing New York and then like owning Manhattan or some shit. But long story short, that's just relative because of the fucking real estate thing that I do. With Liftoff Agent, who sponsors our show. Oh, by the way, liftoffagent.com sponsors our show. Thanks so much. Like, subscribe, notification bell. Do great things. Exactly. And so he lives and die by the calendar. I live and die by my calendar from the perspective of like, I know what I need to do throughout the day. So I just like, oh, I got this, and this. I even pencil in like, it's lunchtime, I take a fucking nap, stuff like that. So like, that's what I was saying for you, like have a schedule, like have a calendar, put that shit in your calendar, be, more deliberate with the process of what you do in every single day. But it seems like for you sometimes like, and we're going to get into this conversation, there's something to be said about the third dimension that we live, which is this construct of this physical dimension that we're in. And I feel that Jake's almost a little bit more on, he has a time to be whimsical and be a little bit more on the spiritual side. And because you're whimsical and you're on the spiritual side, sometimes I feel like you forget about the physical existence of this construct.
I've always had a very hard time with like the idea of like society and like having to make money to like live and like
100%.
having to like it all just always felt so foreign and weird to me. So like, somebody who like wants to be a businessman and do his own thing and make his own money and this kind of stuff. It's not exactly typically fitting for somebody who's like, I guess like I would call myself like hippie-esque. Like I'm not like really like, like
we're missing the pajama pants though. When he came in with these pants.
I'm wearing jeans today because
like,
I thought I was going to meet somebody new, like the guest for the podcast, but since he never showed. Normally I'm in like pajama pants and fucking,
chilling and shit.
I never do my hair. It always looks
Dude, my daughter, when I was talking about this guy to Sevi, and we're gonna get Sevi on the show too. Sevi's a them they, and that's my sister sibling. And I was telling Sevi about you, and then Jordan was just like, "Oh yeah, Jake, he has pajama pants."
I have a lot of pajama pants.
That's how she remembers you, bro.
Awesome.
Like that's how my fucking 5-year-old daughter.
When she's here, I gotta make sure I wear them, dude. That's so cute.
Yeah,
That's
she
so
says.
sweet,
She
bro.
says I wrestle with him.
Yeah, she loves me, bro. She's always like jumping on me and shit. I'm like, Jordan, fucking stop. She drove me crazy. She like got me a juice box. She asked me to like comb her Barbie's hair and shit like that. I'm like, I've never done that. She was like, can you detangle her hair? I literally looked at her and I was like, I don't know how to do that. Do you have Barbie hair? I know. I was like, do you have Barbie hair detangler? Like, does that exist?
Oh my god, dude, that's fucking too great, man. It's too great. But no, I agree, right? It's there's something to be said from the perspective of like, fuck, dude, we either trade our time for this fucking money, or we have to start a business and do something to make money, and then this ego comes into play where people are like, look at me, I have this Lambo and I have this big house and I'm so fucking cool, and I'm talking, over here with the big house with the GTR and shit, but like that doesn't control my life or existence.
No, not at all.
This is what I look at it like. Okay. Once you grow to a certain level of success with your business, and I was talking to my grandma about this today. She gave me a call. I got to call her back. And shout out frickin' Judy. She's fucking amazing. And she's dealing with a lot of COPD and a lot of fucking, like, she's spots in her lungs and everything else.
Dude, that's
God bless her. And she's like, I see you on social media. And, she's older, so she's on Facebook. So she sees the stories and shit. She's like, it looks like you're having more fun than working.
That's exactly why my ex thought that, like, I didn't have a real job, I think.
Yeah.
Is because, like, I can do whatever I want.
Fuck yeah.
Technically. If I want to, like, fuck myself really hard.
Yeah.
But, like, right now, what we're doing, this is work.
100%.
This is as dumb as that sounds. Like, I swear, like, we're working right now. Like this is going to lead to potential business for Norman or potential business for me, or potential future clients will see this video and say, hey, I want to work with that person. That person's really cool. Or maybe I don't want to work with that person. That person doesn't really fit my, wants and needs. That is somebody I want to work with. And it's fine either way, but.
Or could help someone out there
100%.
that is younger or going through the same shit you're going through. And they could be like, oh my God, like, now they have new tools or new things that they can leverage.
Well, when you think about it, all you're doing when you're working, even when you're working for somebody else, is helping people.
Yes.
It doesn't fucking matter what you're doing. If you're like a fucking flipping burgers at McDonald's, like, you are helping people. Like, you're helping people like get their fucking lunch or whatever, or like get the food that they want and make sure it comes out good. Like, it's all about your perspective on it, right? Like, you could go and be like, oh, whatever. Like, I could have came in here like, oh fuck, I gotta sit here and talk to Norman or whatever, but he said, be on the podcast. Since that guy's not coming, I said, okay, sounds good. And now we're sitting here talking because it's just about my perspective, right? And like, the whole reason I do what I do is to help people. Like, it's not to like make money or like or like get a big house, or like I couldn't give any less of a fuck about that. Like I was saying, like my perspective is like, like Norm was saying, like more whimsical, right? Like I really couldn't care. I could go, if you asked my best friend, I couldn't do this. But I could go like live in the woods, like in a tent or some shit and be happy, right?
Yeah.
He thinks I couldn't do it, not because like I couldn't be happy, but just because like he thinks I'll die, like I couldn't survive.
Well, also you wouldn't be able to help anybody.
Yeah.
Maybe the birds or some shit. I don't know.
I become like a real hippie. I'll help the trees.
Help the trees and fucking prune them and like take care of the fishies and shit, dude. I don't know.
Great.
But yeah, I think what I could see for your future is the opportunity to get to a place where you can like get structured enough to hire the next person that you need.
I think it's my number one goal.
We talked about video editor for him. So then Jake can focus on bringing in sales, cultivating relationships, doing what he loves. And like, that's what business is about. Like, write a fucking list. Anyone who's out there now, write a list. Things I love to do, things I don't love to do. Right. And the things that you don't love to do, fucking delegate them. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have the money for it,
a few months, pull your fucking pants up and get to fucking work a little harder than normal.
Yeah.
And then hire someone, and like, just like Liftoff does, like it could be somebody out of the Philippines, and the money could be way lower than hiring somebody here.
Yep.
And you could be helping them way more than you even could financially support somebody here at like a regular cost of something like that. Like,
yes,
Norman's always telling me about like his employees like remodeling houses for their fucking family, for example, like all this shit, and they can afford to do it not because Norman's paying them a ton of money, but because the way the currency converts there is like ridiculous.
Oh my God.
The US dollar is worth so much in the Philippines.
Yeah.
So.
And we actually scaled in the Philippines on accident. It wasn't on purpose. It was on accident.
How?
We basically had this lady call me, or I think she called me, or she sent me a DM. She sent me a DM and it was like a voice memo. And I'm like, are you English or what the? It was like so good, but she was Filipino, and I can kind of tell. I said, "You want an
assistant now?"
This was like 4.5 years ago. I said, "Do you want a job?" And she's like, I don't have I'm good, but I have someone for you. And that's Vitz, who now you met, who's like my work wife, I say.
She's great, bro.
Dude,
holy fuck, she's badass.
She's amazing. And so long story short, 4.5 years later, she's like our COO, which is like our chief operating officer. And so she helps out with like the standard procedure of the company and what's happening, what's going on. And it's a lot more fucking complex than that, especially now when we have 17 people and like almost 250 clients in 17 states. It gets real dicey. And so
congrats on that, by the way, bro. That's fucking awesome.
Thanks,
That's
bro.
really sick.
I appreciate you. And I'll be honest with you, I fucking still beat myself up, dude. I'm still like, not that it's not enough, but I tell myself that shit. I'm like, well, what the fuck? I could be doing more and this and that and everything else. And the money thing that you're talking about, like, I'll give you an example. Like last month, we did over $62,000 with Liftoff. That's just Liftoff, okay? And so we have multiple things that have going on, companies, whatever. And you watch the podcast and eventually, you could, or you can follow me at Mr. Liftoff. And so basically 62,000, and now this month was supposed to be 100 grand, and it's a little low. Kids are going back to school.
Agents, not low, which is lower than what you thought.
Exactly. So I'm just like, what the fuck? But long story short, like the money thing, dude, like we're on a fine, like we literally just paid off a bunch of debt and we're like on this fine fucking line. And then I'm sending money out to the Philippines for this fucking resort that we're doing, buying all these flights for the team, for myself. We're going to have like 30 people at a fucking resort. Oceanica in the Philippines, right? And so
it's like stressing you up, like you're beating yourself up because you put yourself in a position where you have to be on that fine line. Is that what you're saying?
I kind of do put myself in that position because I like the stress, I guess you could say. Like
something crazy. I have this crazy take where like I honestly think that like where anybody is at in life is because like that's where they want to be, or that's where they wanted to be at one point, whether consciously or subconsciously, right? So, like, even if you're in the most fucked up position, like if you're, and this is a hot take, bro. Like an extremely hot take right now, but like you walking that financial fine line, for example, like that was your decision. Like you're at that point because of decisions you and, maybe it was a combination of like your partners and stuff like that made, right?
Yeah.
But ultimately, like that's where either A, you wanted to be, or B, where you thought you needed to be to grow as a person or grow as a business, right?
Yeah.
And I think like everybody makes every action with a goal, right? So like I've been suicidally depressed before, like when I was 16 years old, and I didn't just lay, I slept on the bathroom floor for 3 days. I couldn't even get up. I had no energy at all to do anything. And I could have just, and like most people do, just laid there and literally done nothing.
Yeah.
But my goal wasn't to be depressed or be a sad person or sit there with my bullshit. It was to grow. So like I was like listening to self-help books, listening to religious texts. Like I read the entire Bhagavad Gita. I read most of the Bible. I studied like, 4 different philosophers and read a book from each of them at least. And like, because I knew I didn't want to just be that person that was laying on the floor, right?
Yeah.
But if my goal was different, if I wasn't the kind of person that always wanted to get better and always wanted to improve and always wanted to change, then there's no way I would have done anything. I would have just been laying there.
Yeah.
I'd probably still be walking around saying that I'm depressed, right? Like I've been around people that like, oh yeah, like I'm so depressed. Like everything is so difficult. And I'm like such a depressed person, and I'm like,
yeah.
and I'm like, okay.
Interesting. I'll tell you exactly what comes up for me when you said that. What comes up for me is the fact that like I want to get past the physical because I feel that the physical
How so? What do you mean?
The physical construct of our existence from the perspective of money. And when you think about money and you think about how it limits people's ability to do or to have.
You want to get past it by making enough to be free? Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And
I
so
feel the same way.
And so I've made some decisions to get some working capital from, you would say, loan sharks, right? So you're paying a fucking high interest rate for, 100 grand or whatever. And I over leveraged, right? Whether it's, paying myself maybe a little bit more than I needed to, over leveraging with that, or hiring like a sales department and like not really having like the wherewithal, the knowledge and
SOPs to make it really work for you and get your money.
Yeah, the standard operating procedures, the key performance indicators to focus on. I've lost like 70, 80 grand just investing to other people because when you run a company, it's like you need to fucking learn all this shit. There's no roadmap for
No,
Liftoff
nobody
agent.
tells you what to do. And this is also all stems from you trying to reach that goal of trying to get financial freedom for yourself, which even in my opinion plays into paying yourself a little bit too much sometimes and that kind of stuff because you want to be financially free. You want to be able to wake up and be like, fuck, I want to go to Hawaii today. Okay, let's go. Right? And then you go for a month and your business is fine and everything handles itself, right? That's your goal. So when you're taking actions like getting, high interest rate loans from a loan shark and this kind of stuff, again, it's all goal serving. It's all purpose serving, right?
Yeah.
And, everybody's got their own purpose. Most people don't consciously have a purpose. They're just doing. And by that sense, like, of course your purpose is going to be shitty. Or of course you're going to just sit there and like your purpose is going to be being a depressed person or being an anxious person. And like, I struggle with all of these things like on a severe level. So I understand it. Like I'm not speaking out of my ass here when I say that, like, if you have issues like mental issues, bipolar, anxiety, depression, ADHD, whatever, like, stop letting it run your life. And it sounds like it's not that easy.
Yep.
You can't just wake up and just like stop doing it. But it's never going to happen if you're not taking steps to try and do it, like reading books on philosophy and trying to look at your life from a different perspective and talking to people you love, trust, and care about what's really happening deep down inside. Norman knows this. Like anytime I meet somebody new, one of the first things that comes out of my mouth is, I'm 22 and I'm going through a divorce. It's like my favorite thing to say. Like, and I do that with any fucking life problem I'm having because like, I want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
And if I tell you some real shit like that, the way you respond tells me everything I need to know about the kind of relationship we're going to have.
Oh, 100%. Because a lot of people out there aren't open. They're not open and they're not. And this is one thing that came up for me yesterday when I had the team meeting was just like, they say in the Bible, love thy neighbor. And so many people like put up fucking walls because of the fact that like, oh, I don't know you.
Or they act like it.
Yeah.
They act like they like go to church. Like, oh, I should love thy neighbor. God says this. And then like their neighbor's like gay. And they're like, oh, fuck you. Or their neighbor's like 22 and going through a divorce and tells them immediately. And then they're like, huh, okay. Like
they don't even know how to handle that
cool,
shit.
I guess. Like, just tell me some real shit about what's going on in your fucking life. Let's talk about it. Let's hug it out. All of a sudden, we're best friends. That's exactly how it was with Norman and I. Norman and I met fucking just like one time. I just like came on his podcast randomly because Michael, my client, was like, hey, bro, go on this guy's podcast. He's really cool. And I was like, okay, sure. So I messaged Norman. He got me on the show. And then we had like a dope fucking conversation that didn't really get recorded, unfortunately. And then
round 2 here.
Yeah, exactly. And then now like we talk like fucking multiple times a week.
Yeah, 100%. And we're, and just to put bookends on that thought right there is there's a difference between being religious and spiritual. So I think that don't get that twisted as far as I think people out there think that like, oh, I'm religious and I read the Bible and I go to church every Sunday. God bless you. You're amazing. And that's awesome. Just understand that being spiritual is different from the perspective. If you're spiritual, I feel like you're just open. Your heart's open. You're willing to tell someone that what you're going through and be transparent with
another hot take, but I would almost say that being religious is like, it's a really hot take, but like being a follower.
Yes.
And being spiritual is being a leader. And because religion is like a constructed organization that you choose to be a part of, and you choose to listen to dogma, and you choose to follow the rule book. And I think people that are like, assert themselves as more quote unquote spiritual, whatever that means to them, follow themselves and their heart and where the universe guides them. And like Norman was saying, like, more open,
Amen.
Generally.
Yeah, 100%. So, you take that, leave it, run with it, however you feel. The intention here isn't to
not at all
defend or offend anybody from anyone's belief. And I think that
speaking our truth,
correct,
and our perspective,
and that's the difference between religion and being spiritual.
100%.
Because we're being leaders in what we believe to be true to thyself.
We're not pushing someone else's perspective.
Correct.
Yeah, it's like purely our own. I think also it goes back to like, fucking dude, be authentic. Like when I go up to people, like me saying these hot takes, like most people, especially business owners, like that's fucking crazy. Why would you say that on a fucking, why would you say that on a show? Why would you act like this? Why are you, showing your fucking painted toenails and whatever? And like, but the reality of it is like, I don't want to work with you if you can't hear this and just hear it. I don't care if you disagree.
Yeah.
Just hear me.
Exactly.
I'm a human.
Yes.
Yes.
I
hear you all day long.
Yes.
I grew up super religiously Christian. That's how I was raised by my mom, and I have the utmost respect for religion.
Oh yeah.
It's not about that one single bit.
Dude, there's so many great things in the book. There's so many different
like I said, I read the Bible.
Yeah. So keep doing you, boo, at the end of the day. And that's why I wanted to do this podcast, because real estate versus technology is like coaches, real estate professionals, technology,
Businessy.
It's businessy. This is an opportunity to reach anyone that wants to vibe and go younger demographic, because my truth, right? This is what I believe as far as on a spiritual take. My truth is to speak truth into existence from the perspective of being a true, authentic, just connected
individual. Say this one thing that's kind of representative of what you're trying to say. It's like, give knowledge to people based on your past experiences.
Oh, yeah. I said life's about meeting people where you used to be.
100%.
Right?
Yep.
Because we're recording this right now, and there's someone who's going to resonate with it and be like, oh shit. And if we can help one person lift off to the next level,
that's like beautiful.
It's extremely beautiful, and that's the point, and that's the
what life's
purpose.
about.
Exactly.
Especially like going back like caveman times and shit. Like,
yeah,
that's all life is about, is like helping other people. Like that's all you did back then was like, the guys out there hunting animals because he's helping his family and like his community or whatever, and like his girls like taking care of the kid because they want the kid to grow up and help do those same things. And like that's what it really means to be human, is like helping other people.
100%. And that's why I said, like this is how I started the real estate versus technology, in this spot. Laptop here, mixer here, not as technical mixer. I'm on StreamYard over here. Now we're offline, thanks to fucking Jake.
Now we're on Obis.
And now we're on Obis. And then did I say that right? And then OBS. And then
it's 3 letters.
Get that shit down. No. And it's just a vibe, dude. And that's why I was like, dude, I know you're going through things right now. And I feel like if we can get onto the other side of this show, help individuals out there, but also have liftoff breakthrough moments, even for you, because like my biggest thing is like, I really want to see you, Jake, get to a point where you can get to this homeostasis. Like, And that's why I tread lightly from the perspective of like mentor, because like first off, I'm not getting paid. Not that I'm asking for anything.
No,
We have this
you're
relationship.
you're my friend, and
Yeah.
you're like a very real friend.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about our relationship.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna push super
I
hard.
use the word mentor, I think, because you're older than me and more successful in like in business and stuff like that. So like, when I'm explaining it to somebody, I want to be like, this is my friend. He's like fucking pushing 40.
Oh my god, could you believe that? Yeah, it's true,
I'd be
dude.
like, what?
It's crazy
He's your
even. It's
friend?
crazy even fucking think that.
Yeah.
But no, dude, for real. And and I think
How old are
also,
you right now, by the way?
how old do you think I am?
37?
I'll take it. 38.
Oh, we're getting close, dude. I'm gonna
Close.
fuck with you on your 40th birthday. You're gonna get like
Close.
an electric wheelchair, like a walker.
A fucking walker at 44.
I'm gonna buy you like an expensive gravesite. Like I'm gonna like, how like you can like pre-buy them.
this guy. It's funny too, because my whole life is like fucking this like red light therapy and working out and like I'm like biohacking and
You
shit.
don't act like you're fucking 38 either. I never ever.
Yeah. Well, that's why I met you where you're at.
100%.
Talking stories and shit that I went through when fucking I was there.
Because you can, like, you're able to meet me where I'm at.
And this is the thing. Time is an illusion. And because I have those experiences in this construct, in this fucking physical existence into which we live, I can go back to that place in time, relive that shit with you, and we can have a magical fucking moment.
And I could learn also from it.
And we could fucking vibe together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like, from a spiritual sense, outside of what we hear from the religious teachings, is that we're here to come back over and over and over again to learn whatever we need to learn that we didn't learn before to get to the place we need to get to so we can evolve and transcend and get closer to fucking source.
100%. Oh, 1,000,000%, dude. Dude, this is so fucking stupid.
Drop the stupidness. What's going on here? That was a liftoff moment too. Can we just say that was a liftoff moment here? Okay.
Really?
I don't fucking look 38. How old do you think I am? Comment below. Actual
58,
age.
after watching you work the software. No, I'm just kidding.
This fucking guy.
No, so I just wanted to I think I have like a fun little segment, dude. Because I guess you're trying to like speak to like a younger audience, right?
Let's go.
This is so stupid. Okay. This will be good for the clip.
I'm not trying, bro.
This will be good for the clip.
There's no trying.
I'm gonna clip farm.
It's
I'm gonna
doing. Okay, doing.
I'm gonna do some clip farming right now. These are gonna be good clips, okay?
All right, go.
All right. I'm gonna teach you some words.
All right, we got words, teaching words here
Young
on young words.
Think of how your generation was like lingo that the kiddos would use.
Lingos the kiddos would use. Go ahead.
Okay. So, we would call it brain rot. Have you ever heard of this term?
Brain rot. No.
Brain rot. Okay. So this is what happens when you're like on TikTok too much or like on the internet too much.
Brain rot.
Yeah, you get brain rot. Yeah. Like your brain gets fucking fried.
First word is brain rot.
First word is brain rot, right?
Okay.
So that's like when you're on the internet too much and like it seeps into your real life. That's how you know like you're like a brain rotted person, right? So there's like certain terms.
Are those like the fucking like the trolls? Or not so much trolls.
It's hard. I'll just give you some words that are like considered brain rot.
Okay.
And we'll just go from there, right?
Let's go for it.
So has Jordan ever watched something called Skibbity Toilet? Have you ever heard of that?
She was going down the brain rot fucking path and we had to stop her, bro.
She was watching Skibbity Toilet?
She almost got there.
No.
She didn't watch it. We had to give her fucking YouTube Kids.
Yeah, that was a good idea, bro. I'm gonna be real. So yeah, so Skibbity Toilet, it's like this like YouTube show or whatever that these like kids like probably 8 to like 15 or like 13 like really like, right? It's like this dumb YouTube animated show, whatever. But it's like seriously like dumb as fuck.
Okay.
Like it's crazy, right? So that's like a prime example like brain rot. It's like Skibbity Toilet, right? So like then you got like some basic memes, right?
Okay.
So like
go for it, bro.
like so what would you say like if like you're single in this example and like a girl with like a big ass walks by and like you're with your friends, like what would you say? Like would you say something like, and if you did, what would you say?
I would probably say like, damn, look at that.
Yeah, exactly. Now they go yacht.
Gat.
They're like, yeah, damn.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like that's
Okay.
kind of what it is, right?
God damn.
Yeah. So it's like yacht, right?
Yacht.
That's like another brain rot
Okay,
term,
okay.
right? Like for like a ass.
Okay.
Like a big,
So it's just
big
like,
booty, bro. They say like yacht.
so it's just less is more.
Yeah, exactly.
My fucking brain's rotted here.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
So the fucking dude. So brain rot would be like, oh, also like Ohio, bro. Like Ohio. Trust me, these will be good clips, dude. The internet will think this is funny. Okay, so Ohio is like, it's just a state to you, right?
Yeah.
But to people with brain rot, right, like me and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
Ohio is like, you don't really fuck with Ohio. Like it's like weird. Like weird shit's going down in Ohio.
Don't be fucking with that.
Like I can't even. Have you ever been there?
No.
No, me neither. Right? What the fuck's Ohio?
I'm not fucking with that.
That's not real. I never even met anyone from Ohio. Have you?
Nope.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Ohio's weird. There's weird things happening there, but like maybe like, you know, something crazy, right? So Ohio is like, you know, where we send all the fucking crazies or something, bro. Like there's some crazy, you know, maybe not actually.
All right.
That's just what we call it, right? So like if I was gonna really like do some brain rot on you, I'd probably hit you with like me and this yacht were watching Skibbity Toilet in Ohio. Right?
Damn.
That doesn't mean anything.
Damn.
It's pretty retarded. But like, yeah, like, and then there's a lot more words and it gets more complex than that.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's kind of like a new type of language, I guess.
Okay.
Like, not actually special ed kids, but like kids that should be like, you know, which is fine. Nothing wrong with this, but kids that might be on the short bus.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
That type of shit, right? And it
Okay.
comes from the fucking internet.
Are we? Is that concluding our?
Including the brain rot segment, everybody. Norman is now more educated. He'll know about Skibbity Toilet, everyone.
Who would have thought, huh?
Dude, let's
Brain
go.
rot, fucking here on
Skibbity Toilet Rizzler.
Liftoff fucking Experience podcast. No, you know, this is the thing too. It's like, I don't know, like there's so much shit we all can learn from each other, and I feel like a big thing too is
And also, though, you're teaching me real usable things.
yeah, which is fucking cool. Whatever,
What I
dude.
just even talk about for the last 20 minutes.
It's
10 minutes.
fucking it's targeting the fucking people that are like, I get it. Hopefully we're raising some vibes here at the same time that we're
Vibes
fucking
are
connecting with
good.
fucking the brain rot shit, dude.
Dude, the vibes are great, bro.
Yeah, it's all good.
And also, if we're trying to resonate with a younger audience, like I feel like we got to get more like stupid with it. Like it's fine. Like just like get stupid. Like say some dumb shit. Like
Oh, of course.
tell a fucking story about how like something fucking crazy that happened for the clip. Like you know what I mean?
Well, we can talk some crazy shit. So
Tell me a
going
crazy
back
story ever.
to Cali, no, going back to Las Vegas, Nevada. This fucking guy wanted to fuck a 40-year-old.
Yup.
Hold on, wait.
Yeah.
46?
Oh, 48, 47.
Hey, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Grab my bag.
Where's
It's right there on the ground. Because he's smoking his fucking thing, and I'm getting real jealous, bro. It's right there by your bag, dude. Boom. You can't see him. I wish I had like, dude. We're gonna if I have to be in this fucking space, we're gonna make sure that camera works so everyone can see what the fuck's going on here.
Yeah, the big wide angle of what's happening around these.
Yeah. So at the end of the day,
Dude, next time we do this podcast, we should do it at like night sometime. We should have like whiskey or something.
I mean, yeah, we could do that shit. We can go fucking. I got a couple Happy Dads too. We can fucking drink some Happy Dads
Ooh.
and drink that.
I never drank one before.
That Nelk shit. There's two in the fridge. Go grab them. They're in the fucking out in the garage, dude. So yeah, let's go back to this angle here. But yeah, let's subscribe, like to the episode. Sponsored by Liftoff Agent. What the fuck's Liftoff Agent? It's a marketing company. Start, ramp, or scale up your real estate business as a real estate professional, a mortgage professional. Smoke responsibly. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you all. And yeah, at the end of the day, the goal is just to be your true authentic self, you know? And I feel like so much of us just like get in our head. We overanalyze. We think about what he said and she said and all the fucking things, or we don't give a fuck at all. And we don't give a fuck to a point where it's just like, well, I don't know what I'm doing in my life at all. And so if we can help you in any way, shape, or form, and you have a new outlet and something you can listen to and vibe off of, fantastic. You know, I ain't going to be here all day, every day, forever. And for me, I want to be able to, I don't know, I guess you could say leave a legacy, do something to help people, give back. And, you know, I'm connecting with individuals like Jake, who's doing the the production behind the scenes traditionally over there. I got a camera that we can't fucking use right now, but it is what it is. And my business partner, I wanted to do something different with this real estate versus technology. A business partner's like, hey, like, you know, why don't you just do another podcast? And we have the team and the tools and the knowledge and the tech to do it. So we're doing it, and yeah, it's super freaking cool, man. And this is our second episode, first episode on video, second episode in general. The first episode is going to be yada da. We got some lemon lime happy dads on the show. There you go. There you are. And so, so long story short, the first one's with Malia. Cheers, bro. Cheers. Cheers. Where you at? Cheers. And the first episode is with Malia, and she is Malia, female, but goes by Max on the show, bro. Non-binary, first podcast, only audio. So this is our first video that you can see. But what do you think? Huh? Light, refreshing? Mm-hmm. Like it's not even. You're right. It's like doesn't even fucking. It's like what the. It's like it's supposed to have. I'm not. I don't like seltzers either. But dude, shout out Happy Dad, dude. Drink responsibly, 21 plus, of course. And it's supposed to have like electrolytes or some shit in this thing. Yeah, but you know, let's be real though. You know, I'm just gonna say something off the cuff. How many 38-year-olds do you know that fucking will vibe out like we're vibing out, huh?
None.
There's not many fucking people out there, because this is the thing, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to do this shit, bro. Mm-hmm. I wanted to change the fucking construct of what is normal and what is acceptable and what is okay.
I feel like it's also important for people like. You know, fuck, I don't even want to say this because I feel bad. Like, don't take this the wrong way. Or like older people,
yeah,
to connect with younger people in like, you know, on like a genuine level and shit like that, bro. Like, I seriously think it's
important.
Well, because you know, older people don't fucking get younger people. Like my mom and my dad they think I'm fucking nuts. My mom thinks I'm a Satanist because of my tattoos and my spiritual beliefs are outside of Christianity and. You know, all this other bullshit that's just not true.
Well, here we are to break the fucking construct, bro.
Change the fucking game.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day...
Can I get your little...
Yes? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, here you go. So, yeah, this is why we're doing what we're doing, because at the end of the day, this is going to give people a different perspective, bro. This gets to break the construct, give people a different perspective, and get them to be like, oh my God, could I?
Mm-hmm.
Should I?
You could do anything you fucking want, bro. Wake up, do whatever you want. Look at Norman and I.
100%.
4:30 Friday, work day. Worked our asses off. Hitting the fucking stizzy.
Yeah.
Drinking Happy Dads.
Mm-hmm. And this is the thing.
Getting ghosted by podcast guests.
And that's why we're doing this shit.
Did he ever text you?
I don't know, nothing. I hope he's I hope he's alive. So, hey, dude, hope you're okay. You know who you are.
That, bro.
Not gonna say your name. He's a cool dude. He wanted to potentially buy the Liftoff truck. That shit never happened. But yeah, dude, I'm so glad that we're vibing out and just having some fun and doing what we're doing, dude.
I'm glad you didn't text me like, oh, he didn't show up or whatever.
Dude,
it's a
right?
Good conversation, bro.
I will never not see. This is the thing. Like, I think the difference between fucking successful and people that are not successful are the ones that actually like take the fucking initiative to be like, well, the cameras are already here and we're already set up, and I would traditionally do it over here. So you want to be on the show?
Mm-hmm. We fucking moved the laptop from back there all the way to Norman's, you know, side, and like, you know, got the whole thing going,
and make it happen.
Like, yes. And neither of us even thought twice about it.
Exactly, 100%. You know, and this is the funny part, dude. I would say probably not only just like maybe 2-3 years ago tops. If you were to like fucking say some shit about like my age comments, like I'd actually give a fuck. At this point in my life, I don't care at all.
You shouldn't care, bro.
Well,
you really shouldn't, Norman.
There was a time in my life.
Why would you give it? Like, why did you?
Why did I? I cared because I was too much in my head. I would fucking try to have this complex of like, kind of like, I guess you could say, look at me, and like, who fucking cares, right? If they want to look at you, they will.
Like caring about like how you look and stuff like that?
Well, I still care how I look, but I feel like I would just like judge other people, which then I would fucking be in my head too much. And like, it took me some time. Like the biggest thing I could say that makes the most sense to me is like content and filming videos. Like I used to be big time in my head. And now I'm like, whatever, I don't give a shit. And now you see me, like I'm fucking a madman running around the whole nine. And not until probably the most recently, like a year or so, am I getting to the point where like going in just general public, Like I'm like driving down the fucking street, bro, dropping off my daughter. This is crazy. This is the type of shit comes up for me.
Mhm.
I'm like looking at the car next to me. I'm like, I love you. I love you too.
Oh,
And I'm
that's
just
beautiful, bro.
I'm just telling people I love them. They don't even fucking know
People
me.
underestimate the power of like going out in public and doing weird things that put you outside of your comfort zone. Because I used to really struggle with that too, like all throughout high school. And then when I was 17, so I was probably 16 when I dropped out. I, like I said, was like doing nothing, smoking weed, whatever.
Yeah.
And like I was so uncomfortable with myself. Like I did not like myself physically.
Interesting.
Like I was really skinny. I was like, like 107 fucking pounds, whatever, 6 feet
Yeah.
tall, same shit.
Yeah.
And I would like wear crop tops like on
Really?
purpose.
Just to fuck with people?
Yeah, so I would like go to the fucking mall and like the Santa Mall here in Gilbert or whatever, and I would just be fucking walking around in a crop top, bro, because
Really?
it would make people look at me. Yeah, I would make people look at me. You know what I'm saying?
That's what
and
Max
they would
was
give me
talking
dirty
about.
looks. And they would, and you know what I learned is that that's actually energy.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually voluntarily giving me their energy.
Yeah.
And there's, two ways you can take
Yeah.
it. You can either take it as, oh my God, they're looking at me, this is negative, or like, they're looking at me. Like, cool. I must be bringing something to the table. I got a fucking
100%.
massive aura or something. That's just making them fucking, they can't stop.
Yeah.
They're staring at
Well,
taking pictures of you.
Well, our first episode we had Maylee on, and she wanted to be known as Max. And so I'm gonna tag you in this fucking post right now, bro. And so I got you. And she was wanting to be known as Max.
Or burp.
That was a fucking burp. And so, and she said just that. She said, you know what? Because she's a pretty girl, right? Or she'd be a pretty dude.
Yeah.
And she's like, some days I just want to be a fucking male. Some days I want to be a female. And some days, you know what I want to do? I just want to fuck with people.
Yes, bro. I was in that phase majorly when I was 17 years old.
She's 18, but yeah.
It's
right?
healthy. Hey, frankly, it's healthy. Like get out there. Like stop trying to like put yourself in this box that people tell you should be in, because like you're just gonna be lame if you do that. Like when I was like 18, like me and my friends, or 17, like me and my friends like going to parties and stuff like that, and people always thought it was fucking weird because like I'm in my pajamas at like a nice house party. I'm sitting by myself or with like one or two of like my guy friends, right?
Yeah.
And there's like ladies. Like I remember one specific experience. This kid, his name was Eric. He comes up to me, and this was the first time I'd met him. He's like, "Yo, bro, what's your name? What's up, dude?" I'm like, "Hey, I'm Jake, dude. What's up? Like, nice to meet you, right?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Cool, maybe new friend, whatever." He's like, "Bro, those chicks over there, they keep talking about you. Like, they never met you, they never seen you, like, and they're all talking about you. Like, why are you just sitting on the couch?" And I looked at him and I said, "I don't care." I said, "If they want to come talk to me, they could come talk to me.
Let's go.
If I wanted to talk to them, I guess I would, but I really don't care because I'm having a good time with my friends, with myself. I'm kind of fucked up just sitting on this couch right now. Like, I'm not really worried about that." And guys like him go to parties and ladies don't talk to him, or they get annoyed with him, or, because he goes to the parties like, "Oh, where the bitches at, bro? Like, are there going to be girls at the party?" All this kind of fucking stupid shit. I'm just there to have fun, bro.
100%.
If you aren't like paying attention to like your aura and like how you present yourself and shit, like then the vibe you give off, like if you go to a party looking for girls, you're not going to leave with a girl. If you go to a party not looking for girls and just like there to have fun, then you're going to have fun, and having fun for you means having sex with a fucking hot lady. It's probably going to happen.
Fuck yeah, dude.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But if you're in there like talking to every girl, like they can see this, bro. You're not, and you're just normal.
That reminds me of like money. Like when you're trying to like get money and you commission breath.
Bro, it's so fucking real how much like manifestation plays in this shit. Like if you really believe that you already have something, then it will continue to come to you. If you are sitting there like, "Oh, like I need to make more money to pay my bills." When I was making 150K that first year, it's because I fucking loved what I was doing. And I was sitting there and I was happy with what I had. And
Liftoff.
I was happy with what I had and where I was at before I was making the money. And then I started making a ton of money.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I'm like, "Oh, but I'm not good with money and I need to pay my bills. So I need to make more money." And as soon as I'm doing it for the money, where'd the money fucking go?
Well, first off, you need to tell yourself, I'm fucking great at money.
Yup.
I sleep amazing.
Oh, fuck yeah. I sleep so good.
I attract the fucking best clients in the world.
Oh,
I'm gaining healthy weight.
do that.
Yeah, I'm gaining healthy weight and fucking working out.
Uh-huh.
I'm living and dying by my calendar.
Uh-huh.
I'm getting my fucking place in October.
Uh-huh.
And who knows, maybe you can get off all the fucking medication. I like
Uh-huh.
that. We could fucking do a little fucking lift off in the fucking show. But this is the thing, dude. Like, I feel like you know exactly what the fuck you need to do. You just gotta fucking do it, bro.
There's no doubt about it. And what's weird is like I've been trying to tell myself more like Yoda in fucking Star Wars. Like I don't really fuck with Star Wars, but like I know about it. Like he says like do or do not, there is no try, right? Maybe I'm fucking wrong, but my dad used to say this to me all the time when I was a kid, and like I tell myself that all the time.
That's just long.
Like I'll be like, oh, I gotta clean my room. Like last night, right? I really didn't want to do the dishes or clean my room, right? But
Yeah.
it's 6:30 p.m. and I'm fucking in my room, and I just want to like play video games or something, chill out before I go to bed, right? And I was like, just fucking do it. I don't care, you know.
Yep.
I was kind of tired, like I was like kind of lightheaded for whatever reason. Fuck it, I just got up and I took out the trash, I did the dishes, I cleaned my room, because nothing's stopping you but yourself. And just like, I don't know, you'll be fine. Like it doesn't matter if you feel anxious or stressed out or like, I don't know, you'll be fine, bro. You know exactly what you need, exactly what you want. So take the steps to get it. I don't care how hard it is. Like if you're talking to a chick and she's not your vibe, fucking call her and tell her. Like it's I don't care how hard it seems.
I have a goal for everyone who's viewing and listening. Drop your fucking IG handle. What is it? At what?
PMM Jake.
Okay.
One word, PMMJAKE.
Fucking follow Jake. Send him a DM and say, how are you doing, Jake? Don't say anything else. I saw you in the podcast. Nothing. Just how are you doing, Jake? Right?
If you send me that, I'll send you a cute picture of me after the gym.
Oh shit, dude. Do it, bro. Do it.
Listen.
But no, for real, bro. If it's fucking time, dude, I want you to walk out this fucking house, dude, and totally be like, as soon as I walk through this fucking door, I'm a different fucking person.
I'm him. That's what they say. They say I'm him.
Do it.
They say I'm that guy.
Do it.
You know, like when there's a problem, you know who they call?
Ghostbusters.
No, they call me, bro. Fuck the
There
Ghostbusters.
you go.
I'm the Ghostbusters.
They call fucking you then.
I'm that guy.
You got this. Walk through the door.
Yes,
and
sir, bro.
change your life. Drink responsibly, please, and also smoke.
And also
responsibly.
smoke weed responsibly, 21 plus,
Yes, please, and thank you.
with parental permission and guidance.
Amen, 100%. But no, man, from what happened with like the parents, the medication, the acid trip, to the fucking meeting your girl, getting fucking married, the whole fucking ceremony, all the shit you do with that, to like breaking up and now being on your own, like
My life, I always describe it like this. Like there's only, I can really only show it. It's like a roller coaster, right? Like, but an old fashioned roller coaster. So like it needs momentum to go up. Like they don't have the tracks like pulling. It's one of those old fucking wooden roller coasters, right?
Yeah.
So, like you start kind of high and you like instantly head into a drop, and you go boom, and slowly every time you're getting higher and higher, right? But, like it's definitely dipping down and up and down and up. Like I would describe myself as like a turbulent personality type. Not entirely, but
That's
maybe
fucking
like
life, though,
60,
too.
40. And yeah, but I am always going up. I've been telling myself that since I was fucking 13.
I love it.
Yeah, always up.
Start from the bottom. Here we are.
Yup.
No, I like the concept because, like, I look at it like this: like you have your fucking highs and you have your lows, and I feel like if you have lower highs, then you're gonna have higher highs. And if you can get to a point where you're like this, and then now I'm gonna take what you just said, take it to the next level. And now you go like this, but you're fucking moving like this up little by little. Like that's what I look at. Like
Homeostasis.
Yes.
You got to get that balance.
got to be in homeostasis, and that's what I look like for like stocks and dollar cost averaging and fucking investing into yourself and going to the fucking gym and eating healthy. Like it's a compound effect, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then eventually you're like, fuck, dude, like this is how I look at it when I'm fucking 38, 48, 58, whatever else. Like I want to be at a point where I'm like, I want people to be like, fuck, like how's this guy like who he is at the age he is, and like well-rounded as he is and all the things, right? Because like think about it, like my goal is $300 million exit in fucking 8 years, bro.
Easy. You're gonna do it in less.
Like, dude, I want to be like fucking
I firmly
40,
believe you're gonna do it in 6
45.
years.
Honestly, like this is crazy, but I've been feeling more and more and more this gravitational fucking pull. And like when I talk to people, like dude, fucking event, dude, the event. I talked to
Vegas?
Captain Mortgage today. You remember Captain Mortgage? He was fucking 6 foot tall dude, big old fucking beard. I had a connection with him more than you did. But I talked to Captain Mortgage today. You know what he fucking said to me?
See Wyatt?
White dude, yeah.
I don't remember. No.
All right, well, fuck. Oh, well. But long story
Captain
short,
Mortgage.
yeah, it is what it is. Long story short, he's like, dude, He's like, everyone that I fucking talked to at the event, you're the only motherfucker that stuck out for me. I'm like, damn, dude.
People said that to me, Norm. Like, I was talking to people after events. Like, I made a bunch of connections, right? Like, trying to pursue new business and stuff. And they'd be like, oh, yeah, like, you're that guy. Like, you're like the guy who's like filming for like that Mr. Liftoff guy, right? And I was like, yeah. Dude, because it's just because of how you are, how you brand yourself, and how you present yourself, right?
Yeah.
Like, people know me as the fucking guy in pajamas that's going to pull up lazy as fuck, but still do a good job, right?
I love that.
And, like, that's part of the reason I had to quit my job working for the other media company, too, is because, like, you know, I love you, Dylan, so no offense, but he would, like, get mad at me for wearing fuzzy socks, which, like, I get.
What the fuck?
But I was like wearing the whole outfit,
Dylan.
the work hat, the work shirt, the jeans, the fucking everything, right? And I got fuzzy socks on. So that's why like I kind of take it a little bit too far now, right? Because like I don't care, dude. I want to be comfortable. Like it's not the pajamas I woke up in.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm usually sleeping in my underwear, to be honest with you.
That's the wrong answer button. Wrong answer. Dylan says you can't have fuzzy socks.
But I want fuzzy socks, bro.
So he fucking fired you?
No, I quit. Oh, dude, I didn't even tell. Like when I was with my ex, like she was pissed, and I get it. It was reasonable, right?
Whatever.
But I really just came home one day. I got my first client for like $600 a month. I came home. I was like, I quit my job today. She was fucking pissed. But it's one of those things. Like that's what makes somebody successful, in my opinion, is like knowing when to take the leap and not being afraid to fucking jump off the edge. Like Tim, my roommate, always says I have balls, but not like in the traditional sense. Like I don't fuck with roller coasters. I don't like heights. Like I don't, you know what I mean? Like I'm kind of a pussy when it comes to that shit, like bugs.
Yeah.
Also, I don't really fuck with bugs that much. But I had a pet tarantula.
My father-in-law would love you. He fucking loves tarantulas. We were like fucking off-roading and shit in the GT. What the fuck am I? In the RZR, and he's like stop. I'm like, what the fuck? He's like tarantula. He like picks that shit up, dude, and he just
That's
like
a savage move. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, he just
I never
wanted to pick
held
up
it.
his tarantula and fucking wild in the middle of the desert and shit, dude. That's one thing I miss. We used to fucking go out and just fucking bring a bunch of guns, dude, and just go in the middle of the desert and just light some shit up, dude.
Bro, we gotta go do that.
We do.
Do you have any?
I got a few, and my father-in-law has like $70,000 worth of shit,
I thought
dude.
you were gonna say 70,000 guns.
No, like 30, 40.
What the fuck? He's got an army.
He does, bro. He doesn't need
Fucking
70.
military. Dude, my brother has like this crazy AR. Like he like spent too much money on it, bro.
Bro, what are you doing?
You gotta go shoot that thing. No, but here's the thing with my brother. He makes a lot of money, and he's way better with money than I am. Like he never struggled to pay
Ask
bills
him
or
some
anything like
questions,
that.
bro.
Yeah, oh my god, we should bring my brother on, bro. And I'll be
do it.
back there producing it with my mic connected too. It's so crazy how different he is than me.
Okay, fucking give us some love, dude. You want Jake's brother on this shit?
You want my brother on here because he's cool, bro.
And then what do they comment? What do they say?
Comment
What is it, bro?
Biden.
Biden. Comment
Comment.
fucking Biden down below if you want fucking.
BDB.
What's the brother's name?
Brain Tyler.
Tyler
and Jake. I feel like it goes together really good.
Tyler and Jake goes together really well. Hey, Tyler, welcome to real estate. Oh, what the fuck?
Welcome to real estate, Tyler.
Fucking. Man. Okay.
We're feeling that weed.
It feels good, dude.
It feels great. I'm loving
Welcome
it.
to Liftoff.
What time is it? How long's it
Liftoff
been?
Experience podcast. Take a guess at how long we've been on.
I don't know. I feel like I could keep going.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm fucking jealous because he's already got up and got his fucking pen and went and fucking got some drinks and shit. I'm over here like, I gotta take a fucking leak.
Go take a leak. I'll take over.
You gonna take over, bro? Yeah?
I'll come sit in your seat for a minute.
So we're at 1 hour and 49 seconds.
Only an hour?
Hour and 49 minutes, I mean.
Oh, fuck. Seconds. I was like, bro, are you serious?
Oh my god. All right, here, let's do this
All right, what's the
because
plan,
we're random. We're gonna trade seats.
Yo.
I'm gonna go take a leak. You give him some wisdom, and then we'll fucking finish up this show in the next 11 minutes.
All right, bet.
Let's fucking do this, bro.
All right, so Norman said I need to drop some wisdom, so I guess maybe I need to, or maybe I don't. I don't have that much wisdom, bro. I'm 22, going through divorce. Probably don't get married to like your first like love. That's probably not a good idea. Or like give it a lot more time, you feel me? I got 3 phones. Yeah, like take your time with that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like love yourself first before you get in a relationship. Also at the same time, right? Like you are already done taking a leak.
That was fucking long, I felt like. Was that not long?
I don't know.
Not long.
I'm high here.
Oh, did you take another hit, bro?
I don't remember. I don't think so. I think I was gonna, and then I'm glad I didn't.
All All right, so did you drop some wisdom? I know that wasn't long
Nah,
enough.
I didn't.
You didn't drop any wisdom?
I mean, I was kind of just talking about like maybe you shouldn't like get married to your first love, or if you're gonna like give it a lot of time.
I love that, bro. I love that. Okay, so how much time do we have? I know we're getting close to the end here. I kind of like this.
Got 9 minutes.
I like this side. I feel like I feel like I'm on a show on this side.
I like this side.
Yeah, because typically you're normally the producer.
Yeah, so when we're doing the podcast, like me and you, this is
Yeah.
my side now.
Is
You're
it?
gonna be over there. We're gonna fuck it up.
All right,
The
cool.
Jake podcast, if you're cool with that.
Hey, you know what? If you like the show, if they really like this shit, then let us know, and then we
Yeah.
can always do a fucking part 2, bro.
Yeah, Jake
Are you-
and Norman.
He's forgetting to fucking change the camera angle over here. I'm getting no love.
Oh
Dude.
fuck.
Where you at, bro?
There you are.
There he is.
Yeah, what's up?
Now we're getting it. Now we're getting it
He's
done.
back from Fisttown.
He was supposed to fucking what's going on here?
I'm fucking, I'm a producer, and then you get to produce, and you're not a producer, and then you're back to it all of a sudden.
Oh, you're back to it. Okay,
Dude.
so what the fuck do you want to leave him with, bro? How are we closing this shit up? We're just gonna be like, all right, peace out, or you want to close it out? Any specific? It's your show.
No.
So for your episode, what the fuck?
I feel like we can't do the thing you do at the end of real estate versus tech. 'Cause that's kind of like, that's what you do for that show, right? It's like, oh, drop some wisdom in the camera, right?
And this is live shit, bro. This is live, real, and we're working out the production here.
Yeah, like we have no idea what we're doing, really. We're just yapping.
Yeah,
I
do.
I'll probably. Yeah, I don't. I have no idea. I wasn't prepared. I would say if you're gonna do drugs, do them responsibly.
Oh yeah.
If you're gonna make risky decisions, do them responsibly as much as you can.
Okay,
At least with enough, like, maybe consult a couple people
I like that.
you trust that you think will be real with you. Don't know where I'm really going with this, but just do things in general responsibly. Like love yourself, like find out who you are, like stop just acting on impulse and start thinking things through, right? Like I think a lot of people who know me kind of perceive me as somebody who acts on impulse to a certain extent. But the reality of it is that I have my own process that I go through in my head. And whether you can see that or not is fine. But I make decisions based on what I know.
I love that.
And based on what I believe in the moment is right for me. Part of the reason why I got married.
Dude,
right?
Liftoff moment, bro. Give him a little fucking round of applause, dude. Where's the round of applause?
Yeah.
Bro, that was fucking good, dude.
I think it was good, but
No, that was fucking fire, bro.
thank you, brother.
Can I hit him with something?
Hit him with your turn.
All right, my turn. I want to hit you all with something. Okay, I went through a fucking year of depression because I was going so deep with the thought process of like, why the fuck are we here? And I was like, why are we here? What's going on? And I got so deep with it that I had this panic attack. And I was like, Mom, I need a therapist. And ended up fucking just having a panic attack and went in the shower and couldn't fucking think straight and all the things. It took me a year to get back on track. So if you're out there worried about why the fuck are we here, what happens after death, or you're scared about dying or any of that shit, honestly, it's not that big of a deal and you'll figure it out over time. And if you really want to know what the fuck happens, I'll tell you right now. We are a spiritual being. The soul doesn't die. It's just a transfer of energy from the physical to the spiritual. And you have multiple lives over and over again to learn different things. And there's something called past life progression. And I used to be a female and I got my throat slit because fucking I cheated on the fucking cowboy that I was with, who was a fucking guy that was like, used to be this like Western dude. And he was like fucking like, he was like a outlaw. Right. And we had a African American woman who was fucking like basically our maid, who I think that's my roommate now. And that was her past life. And I cheated on fucking my husband with her brother, the African American fucking maid we had. And the baby came out black. And I got my fucking throat
Dude, this
slit.
is the best thing
And
I've
still-
ever heard. Like, I'm not even kidding.
And I'm
Swear to God, that could be the funniest shit ever to come out of somebody's mouth.
And I'm still fucking dealing with this shit. And I'll do my red light therapy and I'll like look back to things someone's gonna fucking slit my throat. And to this day, I have issues with fucking fucking swallowing. And so I'm working through this shit. I'm working through this shit. But at the end of the day, just know that like you're here for a reason. Keep fucking moving forward. And it'll make sense for you when it needs to make sense. So maybe that was totally fucking way off par. And you're like, what the fuck?
That was hella off par, but it was great, dude. I fucked with that. I liked it a lot.
Aaron, bro, he's on YouTube. You can follow this dude. He's all about esoteric conversations. I did his fucking 3-day event, and they took us through this shit, bro. And they fucking take you to a meditative state, and they fucking drop you into wherever the scene is, and it just comes up for you. And next thing you know, is in a fucking pasture. And then I found a fucking little.
Dude, you know what's interesting is people always like shit on this kind of stuff, but here is another difference between like religion and being like a spiritual person is like when you're religious, you're told to just follow a set of guidelines without experience. Just they always say like faith, or right? Like use faith, right? Exactly. But with this kind of shit, like some of like the meditative states I get into and some of the things I've experienced that are similar to what you're talking about, it's not like I'm telling you this is true and it's going to work the same way it did for me as it's going to work for you, but like just try things. Like just try it. Like these are these kind of things that you just try and then it works and then you're like, oh, I can't deny that anymore. Versus like, if I was going to go become a Christian for whatever reason, I would just have to blindly put my faith in that experience and somehow commit myself to something that I have no evidence of one way or the other.
Fucking
if that makes
love
sense.
it.
Yeah. So it's just about like lived experience. Like just fucking get out there and live your shit.
Live your shit. Well,
live your shit.
Dude, this has been a fucking... what time are we at?
1:57. Yeah, we can wrap it up.
1:57, 2 hours in, the Liftoff Experience podcast. Episode 1 on video, bro. This has been fucking... This has been fire and not premeditated. We didn't have the schedule. The guy just didn't show up and we just fucking crushed it.
Didn't even think about anything.
Yeah.
Just sat down and started talking.
Question is, did you think we crushed this shit? I want your comments down below. This is how we grow a community, right? Like, subscribe, notification bell. We appreciate you. You're amazing.
Listen to that guy over there.
And go fucking send DM Jake.
DM me.
And be like, how are you doing?
How are you doing?
Dude,
wait, like we talked about, if you want the gym picture, DM me with like something. Like just kind of flirt with, like get a little hot with me if you're a hot lady.
You're about to get like these random fucking DMs, bro. And you're gonna forget.
I'm for sure gonna forget that we talked about this.
You are 100% gonna fucking forget.
You want to be like, do you fucking know what this is about, bro? And you're gonna be like, yeah.
Do you remember the podcast?
And you're gonna be like, you don't remember either. You're gonna forget too much.
Dude, my fucking wife, bro, she's like, did you tell the painter that we're supposed to be doing like the painting on the fucking steroid and blah, blah, blah? I'm like, I can't fucking remember everything.
Me neither.
I can't.
Dude, that was like my main problem in my last relationship too, bro. Like I always fucking forget everything and she'll get like mad at me for like being forgetful.
So you need someone who can fucking remember that shit.
Yeah, or at least be understanding that I am a forgetful person.